As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen up, golf fans. Want to witness the battle at Bethpage Black in New York this year? Well, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan has teamed up with the City of Aurora to give away a trip to win your way in. To enter, just head to the Pro Shop at any of the City of Aurora's 5 beautiful courses between now and August 1st. Find the cutout of Sac By and scan the QR code. For more information and a list of course locations, head to denversports.com/golf. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. We've been proudly serving Colorado accident victims for almost 50 years. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite to handle your case fast. We've been voted by you as the best personal injury law firm for the last 3 years in a row. Coloradans know who to call for fast results and maximum settlements. Truck or car wreck? Win big with Wilhite. Injured by a drunk driver? Win big with Wilhite. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com and chat with us 24/7. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WilhiteWins.com.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where our testosterone therapy can help you sleep better, improve your sex drive, give you better gains in the gym, and more. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Brad.
My name is Brad. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 3 years now. I just turned 50, and over the last couple of years, I've frankly just been tired. I've been more lethargic, didn't have the energy levels that I normally had when I came into Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. Losing weight, having more energy, all that's been in tribute to the testosterone therapy. And frankly, that's been a game changer for my life, my family, and my business. I am a huge fan, and I recommend it to all my friends. If you're feeling like I've been feeling, I would get in here, see these guys right away. Don't wait. Call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and change your life.
Thanks, Brad. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900. Or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
When it comes to back-to-school shopping at Target, you can choose not to choose. From getting what you need to expressing who you are. With prices that make every choice feel right, why not choose all of the above? From backpacks, bedazzled kicks, and picture day perfect styles as bold as they are. For bring your own lunch days to science project partner days, snack stash days, decorate your locker days, and paint outside the line days. All at prices that will definitely make your day. For all of the above, it's back to school at Target.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 1043, The Fan. Denver Sports 1043, The Fan presents Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to it. Yeah, with a little Ozzy Osbourne to start off the show. Ozzy Osbourne passing away yesterday at the age of 77, just a couple weeks after he had a big Ozzy tribute that a lot of the top names in music were there celebrating. Iconic career, music icon was honored yesterday by musicians from Lady Gaga to Dave Matthews who were out performing. Did Ozzy tribute, so a nod to Ozzy Osbourne, a music legend, passing away.
Yeah, that was not good news yesterday. I just kind of started getting into him. You know, you got me into Led Zeppelin, y'all did here, the team here did, and so I started to get into a little bit more of that type of music. I didn't listen to it growing up, but I came to really appreciate some of his music. I didn't know what happened to him when he was in his band, the Black Sabbath. They kicked him out, and then he goes off on his own.
The Black Sabbath?
The Black Sabbath. Yes.
Okay, that's all right. Our little Stokley still learning.
Yes. I'm trying. Black Sabbath.
There
Sorry,
you go.
Mike.
There you go. Hey.
You can put the in front of anything, and it's okay.
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Okay. Not my bad. But he gets kicked out of the band, and then goes off to have this great solo career, really remarkable career that he's had. Then a lot of people my age, or a little bit maybe younger, remember him from the reality show. He was one of the first.
Yep.
Sharon. So, they had a great reality show, and obviously he was a great musician. So, yeah, that was sad news yesterday hearing that.
We will pay tribute to Ozzy Osbourne throughout the course of the show. Later on today, you and I are going to be out at Broncos camp.
Yes, we are.
Later today.
Are you fired up?
I am fired up. I know you're fired up. You took to Twitter last night to mention that you were going to be out there today and then broadcasting live there on Friday, which we look forward to. But what do you go out there looking for this early in camp? What are you looking to see?
Well, I think this early, I don't know what the practice is going to look like. What are they actually doing out there? Are they practicing, or are they just kind of doing? Are they going against each other, competing? Probably not. Things are so different now than what they used to be. First practice, you'd get out there, you'd be competing. But they have ramp-up periods and, acclimation time and all these different things. So, for me, I'm hoping that we'll see the receivers and quarterbacks together a little bit. And even if it's not against defense, I just want to watch guys run routes. I want to watch these receiver run routes. I want to see Bo Nix throw to them. And that's pretty much it today. Basic first day type of stuff. I don't think we're going to see any real competition. We're not going to see one-on-ones or anything like that, which is fine. So, but you can. I think you can still gather some information. Young guys. I want to see how R.J. Harvey and J.K. Dobbins just move around, how they look. Obviously, they won't be having pads on, and it'll be different when the pads come on. You got to break tackles, and then I want to watch the receivers run routes.
Did you hear the kind of surprise little mini bombshell that Phil Lindsay dropped yesterday on the drive?
Huh?
He said he would not be surprised if J.K. Dobbins was a cut.
Oh.
A surprise cut during training camp.
Oh, what? I'd be shocked. Now, let's take a look at him, but I'd be shocked because if he's healthy, if he's not your starter, he's your backup. Right? So, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what he looks like. The guy, when he's healthy, he's a really good running back. So I'm expecting him to be healthy, ready to go. He didn't start training camp on the PUP list, so he's not injured.
Right.
And I don't know, Mike. Did no question for you? Did Phillip Lindsay watch those running backs last year?
He did.
Did he watch those guys?
He did.
The guy is drunk.
Well, Ty, I mean, seriously, what was he watching?
Well,
because if you think those guys are better than J.K. Dobbins, huh?
The only defense I can give is that could J.K. Dobbins be this year's Josh Reynolds, meaning, break glass in case of emergency type thing, where Josh Reynolds was brought in, I think, as insurance, veteran insurance, if these young receivers didn't pop, just in case. And then Reynolds went through what he went through, getting shot at. But then even when he came back, the Broncos had decided that they had seen enough from their young receivers, and they moved on from Josh Reynolds. Could that be the same thing with Dobbins? Let's say if a Audric Estime does flash early in camp, has a really good camp, and the idea being that you want to go with the younger guy,
yeah,
that maybe then makes J.K. Dobbins expendable.
Yes, that it could play out that way, certainly. But I watched the running back room last year, and if someone wants a wager, they want to wager that if he makes a team or not. Okay,
You want to do that?
Yeah,
Coffee
I'm ready.
bet with Phil Lindsay.
Yeah, I'd rather cash, but you
All
know,
right, we can do cash.
Yeah,
Sure we could.
Straight cash, homie. No, I'm just kidding. We could do coffee. We could do whatever, lunch, whatever it is. But no, I feel good that he's going to make the team. Now, look, you could be 100% right, Mike. If the young guys pop and show something, then guess what? They're going to keep the young guys, the guys that they drafted, the guys that they had here last year, and that could be the case. But man, I watched that group last year. And you tell me who you feel. You tell me who you feel confident in that's going to actually go out there and pop this year.
Nobody. That's why I was.
Right.
I think, like all of us, we were all banging the drum for them to not only draft a running back, but also sign a free agent running back, and that's why the J.K. Dobbins signing was met with so much enthusiasm.
Yeah, but you know what? It's training camp. Anything can happen.
Right.
So anything can happen. Certainly there's scenarios out there where J.K. Dobbins doesn't make this football team. He's not guaranteed a roster spot, but I think if he goes out there, he stays healthy, he'll be on this football team.
Here's a little bit more about what Phil had to say about J.K. Dobbins, maybe being a surprise cut.
For this year. Now, although I don't believe that this player is going to get cut, there's still a possibility if things don't go right for him. And his name is J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins, the running back that we just signed free agency-wise.
Explain yourself.
Well, J.K. Dobbins, although when you look at it, it's like, hey, he can make up to $5 million. Keyword, up. That means that he has incentives in place. That means that, like, he's only going to make $2 million guaranteed.
Correct. That is not a large number at all.
It's not, especially when we just witnessed Greg Penner and Sean get rid of Russell Wilson and then take on a large cap hit of $85 million. $2 million is nothing to them.
No.
Okay, that's it. That wasn't really a lot.
But what's the downside of him reaching his incentives? If he ends up making $5 million instead of $2 million, that's a good thing for the Broncos, right? That means that J.K. Dobbins went out and had a heck of a year.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing. So, but what he's saying is that's not going to prevent them from cutting him, his guaranteed money.
Right.
Right. So I get it. He actually said there that he doesn't think he's going to get cut, but he could see a scenario where he gets cut. So that's kind of where I could see a scenario where he gets cut, but I don't think it's going to happen. But this is a great thing about training camp, man. That's why I can't wait to get out there today. I'm fired up. Football season is here, Mike, finally, and we get to go out there and watch all these guys, and it's gonna be a fun training camp.
You know, final thought there on J.K. Dobbins. Not only would I be shocked if he were to be cut, I'd be surprised if he's not the starting running back to start the season.
That's an interesting thought. We'll see. I kind of think it's going to be R.J. Harvey. I do, but guess what? Sean's going to use both these guys. It doesn't matter who starts.
Yes.
They're both going to get a lot of
opportunities. Sometimes, in your opinion, he uses too many of these guys.
I know. I told you that. It aggravates me, but guess what? Sean does a really good job at what he does. So even though it aggravates me, he had a lot of success with it last year.
All right.
It's a W.
On the RamosLaw.com text line, want to hear from you great 6 a.m. texters, 303-713-1043. Black Sabbath was my first concert ever. McNichols Arena in 1979. That's from Mark and Elbert.
Wow.
So,
remember when Ozzy ate the bat? He ate the bat.
He ate the bat. He ate the bat.
Did you hear that story?
I heard that story.
They threw the bat on stage. He thought it was fake and bit the head off the bat, and it was real. He had to go to the hospital. Rabies shots, not good.
Well,
don't bite a bat.
Was that when he was with the Black Sabbath?
He might have been solo. I don't know. The Black Sabbath solo. I'm not sure. I'll do some research.
Coming up next, Stoke, I'm going to give you a juicy scenario. You and your offense preparing to go up against Patrick Surtain. How do you do it? That's next.
When evaluating Bo Nix, it's not just what he does with the football, it's what he doesn't do with it. Right, Mark?
He doesn't take sacks. He doesn't take that many risks with the ball. He does have the ability to scramble and get himself out of trouble. He doesn't give you a lot of opportunities to create big plays against that offense.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is happening, fellas? Stoke here from my friends at Embers Golf. We got a great event going on. The annual Embers Living Golf Tournament is Friday, August 22nd and Saturday, August 23rd at Walnut Creek Golf Preserve. Tee time, 9:45. It's a shotgun start. They got so many great giveaways. They're giving away a pizza oven and free dinner on Saturday night. And get this, you get free Oakleys, free polos, breakfast burritos, golf balls, hats, 2 full days of golf, and you get a $50 Embers gift card. It's 2-man teams. Register today at embersgolf.com. That's embersgolf.com. DenverSports.com. I got to tell you, they are the absolute best. Trevor and Tate, I got a full fitting from my fellas over there at Embers Golf, and I am loving golf season. They have 2 hitting bays, so make sure you stop by Embers Golf for all your custom golf fitting needs from top to bottom of your golf bag. So to book a fitting just like I did, go online to embersgolf.com. That's embersgolf.com. And don't forget, the golf tournament Friday, August 22nd and Saturday, August 23rd.
When you're hurt in a car crash or on the job, Postman Law delivers. Don't just hope for help, demand results. Others promise. Postman delivers with ease, speed, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN today. That's 844-POSTMAN.
You probably saved my life.
Every single day, Soda Weight Loss is helping people let go of the weight and keep it off.
I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight, and I went in, and the doctor said, you need to change your diet.
Get help and get started with Soda Weight Loss.
Got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
I went from a 16, 18 down to a size 4 now. So that is amazing. It makes you feel so good.
Splash into summer savings right now with Soda's lowest prices of the year.
No injections, no pills, no hunger.
I would recommend Soda because it's sustainable. This is lifetime change.
I let go of 50 pounds. It felt unreal.
We're the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results. And with our incredible summer savings, what are you waiting for?
Get help, get results at SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Ah, now that it's nice outside, I can't wait to spend time at my favorite outdoor oasis right in my own backyard. With my custom built-in grill island, comfy patio furniture, and blazing fire pit from O.W. Lee, I may never want to leave. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio to let you know that we'd love to help you create your very own outdoor oasis in your backyard. Lair's offers the widest variety of top-quality O.W. Lee furniture and fire pits. With a great selection of in-stock items along with our custom ordering process, you can choose the exact style and color that will make your patio sizzle this summer. Lair's also sells the top names in quality barbecue grills and accessories to help you create an outdoor kitchen that will be the envy of your neighborhood. Lair Fireplace and Patio is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in barbecues and outdoor furniture. Family owned and operated since 1954. Go to LairFireplacePatio.com and see why O.W. Lee is the most sought after name in quality outdoor furniture and fire pits. That's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's outdoor room experts.
Visit any of Lair Fireplace and Patio's beautiful showrooms.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
If you're dealing with constant tiredness, you're fighting a losing battle, your job, your relationships, your daily life, it's all affected. But you don't have to live like that. Get your life back with TRT at Low T Center. Regaining your energy is regaining your life. Know your testosterone level in minutes, then choose between at-home treatments or in-center care. It's never been easier to get started on TRT right now. The T-test is free, but time is running out. Don't wait. Go to fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com and make an appointment today.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan brought to you by Flanagan Law.
Delusional confidence. I'm tougher than Mark. Strong detective work.
Something was way off with him, like some kind of bad gummy bear or something. I don't know. It was just
gummy bear. And personal hygiene. Holy Moses. Guy's excited about showering. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited. You know, it was a cool experience meeting, you know, MJ himself. I mean, yeah, it was pretty dope, man. I feel like that whole brand, what they have in order, you know, is a very close group. The brand is like, you know, a family first aspect. So, you know, I'm glad to be a part of the Jordan brand. Looking forward to it.
Boy, that is an honor, huh? Pat Surtain recently added to the Michael Jordan brand, the MJ brand, got to meet with MJ himself. I mean, as an athlete, I guess, as a young athlete, is there anything better, Stoke, than being anointed by Michael Jordan and being part of the brand?
No, that's pretty cool. That kind of lets you know you've arrived. So obviously Jordan is Jordan, and you know he was obviously what he was on the basketball court. But since then, you look at the Jordan brand, and it's like, wow, okay. I mean, that's what athletes strive to be, you know. And if you are part of that brand, it lets you know that you've arrived, and certainly Surtain has arrived. But really cool that he's a part of that.
Michael Jordan's continuing popularity is staggering when you consider how long he's been out of the league. Give you a chance to guess here. Play a little game.
Okay.
Give me a window of how much money you think he makes per year still in endorsements. MJ.
Okay.
1 year. Every
this
year.
is probably all his Nike stuff, right? Which is a big deal. I mean, his shoes are just as popular now, probably more popular now than what they were when he played 20 years ago or 25 years ago, whenever it was. How about, Mike, $250 million?
Bang, you're close. Yeah, he earns approximately between $260 and $330 million.
Wow.
Though if you saw that movie Air,
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was really.
I heard it was
good.
a
really, you know, it had Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in it, and Chris Tucker, and it was a low budget movie. You know, wasn't made with a big blockbuster budget, but it did really well, and it just tells the whole Nike story. And the deal that they worked out, that Jordan worked out to, you know, continue to get a piece of a slice of the pie every year is amazing. It's estimated that in 2022, he made $150 million just in his Nike royalties.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nike Jordan shoes are, like I said, I mean, they're more popular now than what they were 20 years ago. So that's a test to, you know, who he was when he played.
How do you explain his popularity? How do you explain popularity? And it again came to the forefront this past year. It seemed like the whole MJ versus LeBron argument, you know, took off again. How do you explain MJ's popularity?
Yeah, that's a good one. Obviously, he was great when he played, right? I mean, did some amazing things at a certain time where when he was, you know, the Tiger Woods maybe, and just kind of the things that he was able to do. I mean, we remember him growing up, the dunk contest when he went from the free throw line, and then won all those championships. But to be able to still have that draw this many years later with your shoes, I mean, which I don't know. I mean, you tell me.
He was a winner. He was a winner. He was incredibly dynamic, entertaining. You could tell he was hardworking. You could tell he was passionate. Yeah, but there was just a coolness to him. There was an authentic coolness to him. I mean, part of the reason why I cringe whenever I hear the whole MJ versus LeBron thing is like, please, everything LeBron does is rehearsed. It's thought out. It's coordinated. It's choreographed. There just doesn't seem to be anything that is just authentic with him, where everything that Jordan did was just, I mean, this is who he is.
But to be able to still,
I know,
you know, have what he has and that draw with your shoes and your apparel this many years later. So, yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of great players that have played baseball, basketball, football, but you know, he is a one-off.
Yeah.
You know, he is by himself.
Absolutely.
When it comes to his brand and the Jordan apparel. I mean, the shoes are still, you know, the shoes. I mean, Look around. Everyone still wears them, which is amazing. How hard is that to do for an athlete?
Well, we'll throw that question out to you. RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. How do you explain it? PS2, part of the MJ brand. Here was PS2 yesterday talking about how he thinks teams will react to him throwing at him now that he's the reigning Defensive Player of the Year.
We'll see. I mean, I feel like every week faces its new challenges. Offensive scheme, different personnel, different plays up. So, we'll see how I go this year. But, that doesn't make me feel comfortable or make things seem like everything's just going to come easy. I know I still got to put the work in. I know I still got to put my best foot forward out there each and every week. So,
all right, Stoke, here's a fun hypothetical for you. Okay, take your great Colt offenses, take your great Bronco offenses. As a receiver, you're as an offense preparing to play this Broncos defense. How does PS2, his presence, affect that preparation? How does a dominant shutdown corner affect what an entire offense is trying to do?
Well,
explain yourself.
I will, Zach. Pay attention. We weren't scared of anybody. So, when you got Marvin and Reggie, we went up against Champ.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you respect him, but, we're not scared of him. We're going to still run our offense, I think. But, if I'm going up against Surtain and maybe I don't have quite the talent that, we had with the Colts when you look at those two guys. Those are two Hall of Famers, right? I'm motioning, I'm shifting, I'm doing a lot of that stuff. I'm trying to get him moving. I'm not going to just let him stay on the outside with my stagnant wide receiver and let's go one-on-one because most of the time he's going to win those battles. I want to try to confuse him. And I do that by motion, shifting, and a lot of motion. So that's how I would try to defeat him and get him off his game a little bit. But if you just stay outside and not do anything and just try to go one-on-one, that's probably not a good way to try to attack him.
Because we with the advancement of analytics and everything like that, we were able to get some real good stats on Surtain last year. Here's what the top receivers, when they went up against Surtain, here's what they did. Here's how many times they were targeted. Here's how many catches they had. Here's how many yards, all that kind of thing. So you were able to, in a world in which we're all obsessed with being able to equate a player's value or stardom to the numbers he puts up, we were able to do that to an extent with Surtain. But I pose that question to you because I think a lot of times his impact on a defense as a shutdown corner, it's a lot more nuanced. So that's why I was kind of curious as to how it affects an offense going up against a defense that features a guy like him.
Yeah, analytics really show how good he was last year. Without those, what do we look at? Interceptions, pass breakups. So sometimes that you might not get a lot of action over there because you're so good, but the analytics side of things really showed what kind of year he had.
Okay, coming up next, we've been getting a lot of cool little Ozzy Osbourne concert memories and other cool Ozzy stories, whether he was as a solo artist or, as Stokley said, with the Black Sabbath. Also, how does a Broncos team now win when they're supposed to win, when they have their target on their back? One of their players with some Super Bowl experience explains how it's done. Next.
How will first-round rookie Sade Barron fit into the Broncos secondary?
It's not a situation where he has to come in and be the dude. You just got to be a piece of it. The dude is Surtain. And then you have another guy that was a really good player opposite him last year, so just come fit in. There's not the pressure to come and save this defense.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, April 15th may have passed, but tax season and the IRS, they go all year long. For all of your tax and payroll questions and headaches, I strongly recommend Todd Whalen and Advanced Tax Solutions. Why? Because Todd has been helping people with their tax problems for over 30 years. Experienced, superbly qualified, and passionate about the work he does. Todd knows the IRS playbook better than they do. The key is realizing there are many ways to settle your IRS tax problems. Statutes of limitations, meaning when do the taxes expire, protesting IRS filed returns, fixing the returns the IRS has filed for you, right down to dealing with IRS revenue officers which sometimes includes trips to tax court, where Todd Whalen has an undefeated record. So the solutions to your tax or payroll headache, they're out there, but they can be complicated and stressful. Let Todd Whalen and Advanced Tax Solutions do the work and the fighting for you. Got questions about upcoming quarterly taxes? They can help there as well. Call Advanced Tax Solutions at 303-753-6040 and at advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
What is happening, fellas? Stoke here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years, and they got a great auction that is ending today at 1 o'clock with over 1,000 items in it. All you got to do is go to rollerauction.com to get logged in, to get signed up. It's free, it's easy, it's open to the public. Best part about it is you're going to get some great deals on some great items. Factory return electronics, furniture, and exercise equipment auction. End of the day, over 1,000 lots in it at 1 o'clock this afternoon. You still have time. Don't worry about it. This is packed full of some unbelievable items that you're going to get great deals on. They got a couple 8-piece dining sets. Very, very nice. If you're looking for a greenhouse, they got you covered there. They got your storage shed. They got all kind of generators and workout equipments, pizza ovens. Like I said, this thing is packed full of some great items that you're going to get great deals on. That's what I love about Roller Auction. And make sure to check back regularly. Roller Auction is always updating and adding new auctions every single week. Go see it all. You get yourself a great deal. RollerAuction.com. That's RollerAuction.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Injured in an accident? Don't settle for empty promises. Postman Law delivers fast, easy, and effective results. Our attorneys have recovered over $3 billion for clients across the country. Founded by nationally recognized attorneys, we bring elite legal power to personal injury cases, fighting to get you the justice and compensation you deserve. Call 844-POSTMAN now for your free consultation. That's 844-POSTMAN.
Are you in a high-risk fire zone? Got woodpecker holes? Siding starting to rot? What's up, guys? It's Zach here. 5280 Exteriors is your go-to for James Hardy Siding, a low-maintenance, cement-based siding that resists flames, repels insects, and yes, even woodpeckers. For the month of July, get free installation with the purchase of a whole house of siding. 5280 won't just replace siding. They upgrade your home. Old siding off, new bat insulation in, plus rigid insulation for a better thermal envelope. 5280exteriors.com. The altitude of quality.
Is water damaging your home? Contact Groundworks, the basement concrete foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed.
Subtle intimidation.
Had to give Ty the look.
You did. I was
gave
wondering.
Ty a little bit of a like.
I was wondering what you were doing.
There's a little quizzical look.
Skilled debating.
You didn't think I was going to flip it on your head like this. See how I
you're
did
coming
that?
back at me. I
Right.
like this.
You
This is
regret
good.
this now.
And plenty of pet peeves.
Put your phone in your pocket and you never go back and get it.
It is a source of so
Ridiculous.
much frustration for Mark. It drives him crazy.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
He's going the distance.
Hey, very good Wednesday morning to you. Thank you for being with us. Mark Schlereth will be along with us here in studio right after 8 o'clock. Look forward to that. Good news now is that we don't have to, that awkward time, is it 8:05? Is it 8:08? Is he going to be a little later because he's got to meet with a Fox executive?
No more meetings.
No more meetings.
He's freed up.
He's been freed up.
Got a lot of time.
He's had that burden taken off his shoulders. Mike McGlinchey, who, of course, has been a real good addition. Yes, exactly, McFlinchy. Has been a real good addition to this offensive line that all offseason, by the way. I want to pose this question to Stink when he gets here because I get the sense that he doesn't share the same runaway optimism surrounding this offensive line. If you look at all the offseason summer rankings, Stoke, all the different position groups out there in the NFL, the Broncos offensive line is highly, highly regarded. Like I've seen some lists that had them number 2, even number 1, but certainly regarded as one of the top 5 offensive lines in football. Curious to see if Stink shares that same opinion. But McGlinchey yesterday, he's got some Super Bowl experience as a second-year player in the league in San Francisco. He was with a 49ers team that went to the Super Bowl, so he knows what it takes to get there. What about it, Mike, when it comes to what this Broncos team is trying to do?
Well, it's long. It's about 2 months longer of a year than if you don't make the playoffs. You got to have a little bit of luck. You got to be able to stay healthy. You got to be able to, be your best when your best is needed. And I think we have the guys that are made up of the right stuff in this locker room, and certainly the right coaching staff to get us in place to have those opportunities to win those kinds of games. But like I said, it's July 22nd, and we got a long way to go.
Stoke, make no mistake about it. The Broncos are on the radar now, okay? After years of being just bad, mediocre, irrelevant, what they have done in the last couple of years, especially what they did last year, they have put people on notice that they're coming, okay? And with that comes, we talked about it yesterday, expectations, pressure, a new kind of bullseye that may be on your back. What I'm curious to know from you is, how do you become a team that goes from hoping to win to expecting to win? How do you go and become a team that wins when they're supposed to, when they have that target on their back?
Well, you got to go out there and do it. It's hard to do. I mean, we've seen it over the last 10 years. It's hard to change that culture from being a losing culture and thinking that you're going to lose those games. That's what happens. You get in close games, you just think you're going to lose them because that's what you do. So how do you fix it? You got to start winning them, right? And then you start believing. I mean, you can't fake believe that, all of a sudden you get in these moments that you're going to go out there and find a way to get it done until you actually go out there and get it done. And I think, your coach has a lot to do with that. That's Sean Payton and his coaching staff. I give them a lot of credit, Mike. I really do. How they've been able to turn this thing around and have these guys believing that, hey, we can find ways to win these close football games in the end. But you can't believe it if you don't go out there and do it. And that's what they were able to do last year. They found ways to get it done, even when it wasn't pretty. And so once you're able to start doing that, now what do? You believe that, you're supposed to win these games, not lose the games. That's a big difference.
Yeah, I would think that it involves a lot of being able to win when you're not playing your best. Maybe when you're just not, you're kind of going through the dog days of the season a little bit. You're playing a team that's fired up. Maybe you're on the road. How do you withstand that early energy and emotion from the opposing team, the opposing crowd? Maybe you fall behind by 10 points. How are you able to navigate your way through all that? That to me is is going to be the interesting thing to watch this year, because when nobody expects you to win, like has surrounded the Broncos for basically a decade, you can go into every game with the idea that, hey, let's go out. We're hungry. Let's prove something. Let's shock the world. Let's see if we can't catch these guys off guard. But now it's reversed. Now you're going to be playing some teams who are like, all right, I've been hearing a lot about this Broncos team. There's a lot of I would say, based on just following the conversation out there in the NFL world during the summer, I would argue that the Broncos have easily been among the top 3, 4 talked about teams. Just whenever you're just listening to general NFL talk, I'd say the Broncos are easily a top 5 team when it comes to, hey, watch this team. Watch what they're doing.
Well, you made a big jump last year, and you got a young quarterback. And you added some good pieces to this roster. So, they deserve to be talked about a lot. And I look at a game like, Mike, what you were just talking about, the Jets game last year. You started 0-2, you go down, you beat Tampa, and now you got another road game against the Jets. Terrible weather. The Jets at that time, they had Rodgers, and, he was healthy, and obviously it's going to be a tough game on the road, and the weather was terrible. Bo couldn't throw the football. And guess what? The Broncos found a way to get it done. They found a way to get that win. And you look at games like that and what it can do for you, your culture, moving forward. And so, it always starts at the top. And I think Sean and his staff have done a good job of getting these guys to believe they should win those types of football games.
But learning to win, it's not typically something that happens overnight. Now, it happened overnight when Payton got here. But you want to talk about a force multiplier.
No playoffs, no gift.
That happens just with his presence and his arrival. But when you
Payton and Stokley.
Well, yeah.
We arrived at the same time.
Good point.
And then
Good point.
I would have gave the bird to Payton. Just really turned it around. No, but you're right. Like, you have to have a leader, though. You have to have that. So who is it? Who do the Broncos have? Once Payton left and these guys start leaving, like, who are your leaders?
Right.
You don't have any.
And
then your culture's done. And then it just becomes like, whatever. Who cares? Boom. And then you got a new coach, and like you can never build off of anything. And then, so like I said, who did it start with? Sean. Right? You got a young quarterback. It wasn't Bo last year. It started with Sean that changed everything.
But there's a limit to what Sean can do when it comes to
Mike, he's not out there playing.
No, I know, and that's why
but he's the leader. He can get these guys to believe. Right? It's the culture.
We're going to be a problem.
You bring in the right guys. You get them to believe that, you know what, we're a good team. And what we're doing is the right thing. And we can win these types of football games. But then, the players got to go out there and believe in it and trust in it and go out there and get it done, which they did.
Okay. Lot to react to. We've covered a lot of ground so far through the first 40 minutes of the show. We'll open up the text lines and let you react.
It was kind of like when I came into this show and I had to change the culture of this show. Back in September and just flip this thing over, right? It was kind of like that.
You did, overnight.
Right. Me and Sean. Me and Payton. We've done a lot for this town and the States.
303-713-1043.
Stokley.
Your text next.
Join us for the Fan Golf Tournament benefiting the Arthritis Foundation Colorado, Monday, August 25th at 1:30 p.m. at the club at Inverness. Don't miss this 4-person scramble, followed by dinner, awards, and a live auction with all proceeds benefiting the Arthritis Foundation Colorado. Book your foursome now at DenverSports.com/club. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Okay, for my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Fellas, summer, it's here. This is the time you should feel your best. Rested, sharp, full of energy. But if you feel like you're missing a gear lately, low testosterone might be to blame. That's where my friends over at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic can come in and help you out. Most men wait a year or longer to get help. Fellas, stop procrastinating. Jeff and his team over at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they'll get you taken care of. Life's too short to not feel great, not have energy. And fellas, did you know early to your mid-30s you start losing 2 to 3% of your testosterone production every year, and it happens gradually. And before you know it, you just don't feel like the same person you did in your 20s or early 30s. Like I said, start taking your health seriously. Pick up the phone and call my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, 720-440-7900. They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade, and they successfully have treated tens of thousands of men. They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you: Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900. Or you can find them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? That's right. Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting a little breathing room. It's possible when you call my friends at American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and there doesn't seem to be a way out. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt. You need to call American Financing today before you get to a point where you can't make those payments. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and consolidate debt, all without upfront fees. And their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise. It's fast, it's simple, and it could save your budget this summer. Call them before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 5-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Imagine yourself in your favorite pair of pajamas. Now imagine that you put them on fresh out of the dryer. We believe that's how banking should feel. Comfortable, easy, soothing. Are we shooting too high? Maybe. But why shouldn't we? At First Bank, we want every visit, call, and tap in our app to feel like those warm PJs, with the easy solutions you deserve and real people who stand by you. You can call it warm pajama banking or hot cocoa with whipped cream banking, but we just call it feel-good banking. Experience it today at efirstbank.com. First Bank. Banking for good. Member FDIC.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. During these intense summer days, your air conditioner is working overtime to cool your home or your business. But did you know that dust and debris in your ventilation system can decrease airflow and make your AC work even harder? Clean Ductwork helps air conditioners run more efficiently, saving you money and keeping your indoor air fresh. Dirty ducts can cost you more in energy bills and repairs. Give Ductworks a call at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for a free commercial or residential estimate. Keep cool, save money, and breathe easy with your 5-star air duct cleaning expert. That's Ductworks.
303-425-0985.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's time
Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Conspiracy theories.
Well, in this case, AI got it wrong.
Yeah.
So, hey, maybe Skynet's not taking over anytime soon.
Firm beliefs.
I'm very easily swayed. If you keep talking, I might be at 70 here in about 30 seconds.
And a few sucker punches.
It was the complete motivator for me, the failure thing.
Mark, when does that stop? Not letting your teammates down after you finish playing? Because it seems like it. You let us down a lot.
Oh, man. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Of all the rejoins that we do, I think that one might be my favorite right there.
Every time that one gets played, it puts a smile on my face. I'm
Me
like,
too.
I did good there. I nailed it. He didn't know what was coming.
Nope.
And I just kind of threw it up and I just dunked right on his head.
Yes.
Because he gives that spill about, I never wanted to let my teammates down. I've heard this like 50. I'm like, okay, get it, Mark. Get it. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, next time I got something for him.
Yeah, you put him on. Get washed. You put him on a poster. There's no doubt about that. This is from Matt. Not true, Stoke. It was a dove at a promotional event, landed on Ozzy's shoulder, and he bit its head off. I always heard it was a bat, too. But
yeah, that's not what...
We had a few people say it was a dove.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, that's not what I remember. That's not what I heard. And because, I remember the story growing up, and then it's like, okay, why would he do that? And then the story came out. He said that he bit the bat's head off because he actually thought it was fake. Someone threw it on stage. He thought it was fake. And that's why he did it. And he had to go, obviously, to the emergency room and get, rabies shots or whatever it is. So I don't know. I don't know the true story. Whatever one it is, that's nuts.
Oh, the legends with Ozzy, the bite the head off the dove, the bat, snorting ants.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
That's odd. That's very odd.
That goes beyond.
Why?
That goes beyond.
Why?
Why? Well,
yeah, why?
If you were heavily involved in the snorting phase, well, then you maybe just say
ants.
Ants.
There's other things.
Well,
ants.
At the time,
really?
There were ants lined up. Sometimes you see ants lined up. They're in perfect unison, and then snort a line of ants.
You know about ants snorting? You sound like you're.
No, I can honestly say I've never snorted ants.
Okay. All right. Well, you sounded
never
like
snorted
you like
anything.
Never
snorted anything. Stayed away from that. Don't do it.
You got a little bit of schnauzer on there.
Stop the cap.
Probably.
If I wanted to,
you probably could do some work with that thing.
I could probably
get
put
some work done with that thing.
I could probably put some serious.
You could sniff some ants up in that thing.
Oh man, I could get some torque behind that. No doubt about it. We were talking about the appeal of Michael Jordan. Patrick Surtain, now part of the MJ brand. Jordan will always be the most popular player, just like Michael Jackson was to music. These guys were world famous before social media. They are actually famous, not internet famous.
Okay.
I think there's a truth to that. MJ came along at the perfect time, the explosion of ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, and it was different then. I mean, I think we look back and you just saw guys do it differently than they do it now. And how they just competed and how he competed. There was no maintenance days. It was, all right, we're going to go compete? Okay, guess what? I'm going to do the dunk contest.
Yeah.
These guys don't do the dunk. They don't want to lose. They don't know how to compete. They're not competitors, right? They get paid all this money, and it's just like, whatever. That wasn't the case back then. You had guys actually going out there competing night in and night out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that. As sports fans, I think we don't ask for a ton, but I think we do demand and admire, the the idea that it matters to you. Like, it matters to us. So as sports fans, it matters to us. Sports is important to us. Rooting for sports, rooting for our favorite teams. We're passionate about it. We put our time into it. We put our money into it. It's important to us. And really, the only thing we really ask is that the people we root for, show us that it matters to you. You know, show us that it matters to you more than just the money you're making, the lifestyle you're living. Show that it matters to you. And if it matters to you, I think we're going to kind of gravitate towards you. And Jordan, man, didn't take long to watch him play and realize that this guy cares. This guy wants to win. This guy will kill you. I mean, he's a killer out there.
It's still remarkable, though, how his Jordan brand has lived on and become more and more, just successful as the years have gone on. And you look at where it's at now, and it's amazing. It's amazing how many people still wear Jordan stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, but like, who else? I mean, who's ever done anything like that? I mean, no one.
Right.
No one, really. And the fact that he still has this brand now with the best athletes in all the world in different sports, and they become Jordan ambassadors. Now we just got Pat Surtain, and we saw pictures of him with Jordan. But, I mean, you're talking about the best of the best, and it's an honor for those guys to be asked to be ambassadors for Jordan.
Yep.
Crazy.
So, back to Ozzy passing. Here's one from one of our great texters. Guys, I'm working as a subcontractor for a huge defense company. The paging system was being replaced, and the guys working on it needed to test it. They chose to play War Pigs by Black Sabbath across the entire paging company. It was epic.
The Black Sabbath.
From the Black Sabbath. But so naturally, I was curious.
I know what I want to come into at 7 o'clock.
Naturally, I was very curious here. I said, so working.
Where are you working?
Where are you working, and what are you working on? And I said, you can trust me. I'll keep it to myself, just like I kept Mark's.
I'll take it to my grave.
Just like I kept Mark's store secret. So
yes.
come on.
I'm never telling anyone I'm taking it to my grave.
What are you working on?
I won't tell Stokley.
What's the latest toys that they're working on here? Come on.
Gotta watch out for Mike.
Come
a little
on.
bit of KGB.
Come on.
A little KGB
Come
in
on.
you.
Share. I won't tell anybody.
No.
I'm just kind of curious.
Explain yourself.
Hey, what do you want to play?
Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Crowley? Oh, great.
Mr. Crowley.
Why that one?
I love it.
You love it? Well,
I love it.
It's one of his greatest hits. Sure, yeah.
It just hits a little bit differently. I don't know. I just started listening to it not that long ago. Love it. We have a town 30 minutes from Lafayette, Louisiana called Crowley, Louisiana. And then I hear you got a song called Mr. Crowley. My dad and mom grew up in Crowley, Louisiana. So great football player came from Crowley, Louisiana. Orlando Thomas, second-round draft pick, Minnesota Vikings. Great safety, right? What'd we call him? Crowley High.
Crowley High?
Crowley High.
Crowley, was that a gated community?
Oh, no.
No. There's only a couple, so I didn't know if that made the list.
Definitely not.
Definitely not?
Definitely not.
Definitely
no
not.
No gates in Crowley.
Okay. Well, Ty, work on that if you can for us. And coming up next, Stoke and I are both going out to Broncos camp later this morning. What questions would you like Sean Payton to answer? That's coming up next.
It's Training Camp 2025, built to win. Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth will kick things off at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit, walking you up to practice starting at 6 a.m. Then Dover and Cecil will react live to all the action until 2 p.m. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season.
Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Plumbing problems are never fun, but I find them extra aggravating in the summer. It's supposed to be a relaxing time, vacations. Plumbing issues are a real hassle, but they happen. which is why I recommend Copperhead Plumbing. Been serving Colorado since 2007. Local, licensed, and focused on quality work done right the first time. Your home's plumbing works overtime in the summer. Don't let a broken water heater ruin your summer mornings. From water heater consulting to repairs to full replacements, Copperhead Plumbing has you covered. That loud bang when your sprinkler switches zones, it's more than annoying. It could be damaging your pipes. Copperhead Plumbing specializes in diagnosing and solving water hammer issues. I highly recommend the Moen Flow Smart Water Shutoff System. Monitors your entire home's water usage in real time right from your phone. Whether you're on vacation or at work, you'll get notified of leaks the moment they happen. This will give you valuable peace of mind and potentially save you thousands of dollars. This is just a small sampling of what Copperhead Plumbing can do for you. Avoid the fall scheduling crunch. Call now, 303-552-3491, and at CopperheadPlumbingInc.com. They plumb different. They plumb custom.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. Summer is in full swing. Have you spent more time planning for your summer vacation than you are planning for your family's future and peace of mind? Your vacation planning checklist should include completing your estate plan. Let us help you check that off the list. We have a streamlined and efficient process so you can get back out there and enjoy the summer. Find us at willsandwellness.com or give us a call at 720-266-8190.
Listen up, Broncos country. Phillip Lindsay here. For a stress-free summer travel, I chose Hermes Worldwide. Forget the airport chaos. Hermes Worldwide offers comfortable, reliable transportation services to the airport and more. They're dependable and professional, so you can focus on what really matters the most, enjoying that vacation. Make your summer travel easy. Call 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, you can give them a call at 303-577-7600 to book your next ride.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
You probably saved my life.
Every single day, Soda Weight Loss is helping people let go of the weight and keep it off.
Got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
I went from a 16, 18 down to a size 4.
Splash into summer savings right now with Soda's lowest prices of the year.
Get help. Get results at SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here for Xfinity. Now check this out. History, it had the gold rush, then came the oil boom, but right now it's the Wi-Fi boom. And Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. Xfinity has everything you need to tap into the Wi-Fi boom with seriously powerful and seriously reliable connection. With 99.99% network reliability and incredible low lag, your streams will be smoother than making the decision on what you want to stream. And I haven't even mentioned the ability to connect to hundreds of devices. So you, your kids, your parents, and whoever else is at home can all experience the Wi-Fi boom with Xfinity at the same time. Here's the offer you don't want to miss. Get the most reliable Wi-Fi and Xfinity's best in-class equipment for one consistent price, 5 years guaranteed. It also includes unlimited data with no annual contract, all with 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. So go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store near you today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed broadband experience report August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Now is the time to get your lawn ready with an application of Revive Organic Soil Treatment. Revive takes every drop of water deep down to the roots where your grass can use it. Revive is the protection your lawn needs. So use Revive now.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth. on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Mr. Crowley, what went on in your head? Oh, Mr. Crowley.
This one
Did you talk to the dead?
goes out to Brandon Stokley, who has followed up on his newfound passion for Led Zeppelin by learning more about the Black Sabbath.
And the Ozzy Osbourne.
And the Ozzy Osbourne, who did pass away yesterday, and we are honoring, paying tribute to a true music icon, just a famous, infamous, charismatic person that we've been watching on the music and entertainment stage for a long, long time. So you wanted to hear from Mr. Crowley in honor of Crowley, Louisiana, a nearby town where you grew up. But people will immediately start texting in on the RamosLaw.com text line saying, Stoke, do you know who Mr. Crowley was?
No, of course I don't.
And
how would I know that?
So we did a quick Google check, and he was known at one point as the wickedest man in the world. He was known to dabble in black magic, a strong believer in the occult, and a guy who founded his own religion, identified himself as a prophet.
Okay.
This was apparently when they were getting ready to record the first solo album, Blizzard of Oz, Ozzy had already been interested in this Mr. Crowley dude, and Alistair Crowley. Anyway, there were some tarot cards laying around, I guess, the studio for some reason. One thing led to another. They wrote the song, and boom.
Unbelievable. Love the song. Don't know the background, love the song. And it was a bat. I did the Google search.
Yeah.
And, the AI came up. What you love, right? Because, you AI search Valanciunas.
Jonas,
is he a good teammate?
Solid pro.
Yeah, but I did the, Ozzy Osbourne bat because someone said it was a dove. I said, no, it was a bat. In January 1982, during a concert in Iowa, Ozzy Osbourne famously bit the head off a bat that was thrown on stage, mistaking it for a rubber toy. There you go. Not a dove, a bat.
Ugh.
Rabies shot.
Ugh.
Hospital after.
Ugh. Ugh. All right, so we will pay tribute to Ozzy throughout the course of the show. Broncos training camp, day number 2 coming up. You and I are both going to go out there today. Sean Payton is going to be speaking. And we'll throw this question out to you on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. What questions would you like to hear Sean Payton answer? How about you? We talked yesterday about Sean and whether or not he is facing a uptick in pressure this year. Is there pressure on Sean? Is pressure the right word to use, or is it just higher expectations? Was thinking about this yesterday. I was talking it over with Johnny Fever. And did Sean in some ways, okay, it's a good problem to have. It's a first world problem, okay? It's a good problem to have. But did Sean in some respects make life a little bit more difficult for himself this year because they exceeded expectations so much last year? Think about it. Last year kind of came out of nowhere. They weren't expected to do this. The fact that they did that kind of put them ahead of schedule? Did that ramp up the timetable here to the point where, hey, maybe this was supposed to be the year that you had that 10-7 year, go to the playoffs, go up to Buffalo and lose, but because you did it last year, now everything's been accelerated this year.
I mean, last year was the year you're supposed to win another 7 games, like the year before, right? I mean, you had a rookie quarterback, you're trying to develop him, and then this was the year you're supposed to win 10 and go to the playoffs. You just skipped a step. So expectations are high, or maybe higher than maybe what they should be. But it's all good. I mean, that's just the way it went. And I think the good thing about Sean is he's not backing down from that, right? I mean, he's expecting this. I mean, he's confident in this team. Like, you remember last year, they wanted the Chiefs in the playoffs. We're going to
be a problem.
I mean, that's Sean right there. And so I think he believes in this team. He believes in Bo Nix. And So he's not backing down from that. And I think the team believes that they're a really good team also.
Which is why I don't have any problem with putting more pressure on Sean this year.
You're circling back.
I am circling back.
You got your ass handed to you yesterday.
I
did, Mike. You did.
I pointed out
James
how
did the day before, and then Mark and I just dominated you yesterday, and now you're circling back. You're trying to just slip this in there so you can somehow walk away today and think that, and feel better about yourself.
I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at how you two, along with Steak, 24 years combined in the NFL, all kinds of success, how you both came across as being so wimpy yesterday.
Dang, I thought Mark played more than 9. That's all? That's all for him?
25 years? 25 years.
I don't know. How long did your former partner play that you worked with for 8 years? You don't even know.
Yeah, you got to factor in injuries, though. How much did he really play?
Well, if you do that for me, I only played about 5. So
okay,
I don't want to do that.
Touche that.
No, I can't do that. Right.
But I was just okay. Whatever the years may be,
Yeah.
I was just kind of surprised at how you two came across as so. Yeah. Well, it's hard to win in the NFL, and they could win 9 games or 10 games, and. Not go any further in the playoffs than they did a year ago, or not even make the playoffs, and it still can be considered, no pressure. It's not like Sean's going to be facing the music or anything like that. I'm a little bit surprised. Because especially since one thing Stink always says, and he'll say it again when he comes here in an hour, that nobody will put more pressure on Sean Payton than Sean Payton puts on himself. It was Sean last year who famously said, the last time I won 6 games will be the first time.
Right.
I only won 6 games, okay? So this is a guy who I think, honestly, he looks at where they are right now, and in his mind, they are right where they should be. And for a guy that had the success they had in New Orleans, won a Super Bowl, taking this job and not shying away from the fact that, damn right, I want to be the first coach ever to win 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams. I want to go to the Hall of Fame. He's not hiding from that, not shying away from that. Then I think that gives us the green light to put as much pressure on his shoulders as we want to.
Forget it, Donnie. You're out of your element.
Because he can handle it.
Well, of course he can handle it. I mean, he's been an NFL coach for a long time. There's always pressure there, but I don't think this year there is any more than, if I just don't think that you see going into year 3 and year 2 with Bo Nix that because of what they were able to do last year, it's almost like it's a freebie. It's a lagniappe year. It's just extra. So there's always pressure on a coach. Always, right? There's always pressure.
This is a gravy year?
I do, because of what they were able to do last year. All the streaks that they were able to break. And you finally had a winning season. You got to the playoffs. And it's like, are there expectations? Yes. But that doesn't mean there's pressure, a ton of pressure on him. There's always a certain amount of pressure.
Last year was the gravy year. Last year was the gravy year because, and how do I know it was a gravy year? Because when they got to the playoff game against Buffalo, what were we saying all week leading up to the game? This is gravy. They're playing with house money. They weren't supposed to be here. Just being there and getting the experience. Doesn't matter if they lose. And when they ended up losing 31-7, were people really that upset? No, because they knew what a success this year was and how much they exceeded expectations. But you can't go from playing in a playoff game that you lost 31-7 and everyone agree that that was a bonus, and then follow up with the next year and saying we're still in that everything is gravy window. It just doesn't work that way.
They exceeded expectations last year by a lot, and getting to the playoffs and doing the things that they were able to do. So this year, guess what? Are the expectations very high? Yes, but the pressure's gone now because of what you were able to do last year.
Oh, I think there's more pressure now.
See, I look at it differently.
We look at it differently.
That's just like your opinion, man.
We'll let you tell us what you think. Is there less or more pressure on the Broncos this year after what they did last year? Your favorite Denver sports antagonist, Nick Wright, was at it again. We'll hear from him coming up in a little bit. But coming up next, we'll hear from Patrick Surtain And I'll raise the question, does this defense have any weaknesses? That's next.
Listen up, golf fans. Want to witness the battle at Bethpage Black in New York this year? Well, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan has teamed up with the city of Aurora to give away a trip to win your way in. To enter, just head to the pro shop at any of the city of Aurora's 5 beautiful courses between now and August 1st. Find the cutout of Sac By and scan the QR code. For more information and the list of course locations, head to denversports.com/golf. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
So it was recently back east for my annual guys trip, and let's just say the years have not been kind to my buddy's hair. I stood out. Good full head of hair. Of course, there was a time when my hair was receding way too fast. That's when I was introduced to Dr. Tanya Pauls and the hardworking, compassionate people at Advanced Hair Restoration. You can, too, as part of Advanced Hair's once-yearly summer savings event. It's on for a limited time, so schedule your free consultation and get all the exciting details today. Find out what I did 20 years ago. Their simple one-day FUE treatment, my hair, my own hair, started to grow the very next day. It came in exactly as Dr. Pauls told me it would, and it continues to grow today, 20 years later. This isn't magic. It's not a gimmick. This really could be a game changer, and all you have to do to commit to is a free consultation. Summer sales event is on for a limited time, so schedule your free consultation. Call today, 720-459-HAIR, and at advancehair.com. That's advancehair.com.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say micro to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath.
High five.
You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25. New customers only. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little, but Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money. so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Bold takes.
I would put my fajitas up against any Mexican restaurant.
Active listening.
You weren't listening to a word I just said.
Plus, a little number crunching.
What's 12 minus 1? I mean, 12 minus 11.
1.
This is why math confuses me.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Okay, I'm going to get to PS2 and this defense in a second, but let's nip something right in the bud here, okay? When we were talking about pressure on Sean Payton, and I brought up James Marilat saying that there's pressure on Sean, do not take what I said as a complete endorsement of what James had to say, okay? James, we know how James feels about Sean because what he did to his boo.
He's an idiot and a fool.
Russell Wilson, okay? So James is very, very quick to look to pounce on ways to maybe get Sean fired. I'm not looking to do that at all.
Find the witch!
Okay? So to the texter who said James said Sean was on the hot seat, Mike, you agreed with him. Why are you backpedaling? I'm not backpedaling. I have look, I have stood with Sean since day one. Okay? I'm a Sean guy. But while I know that he's in no danger of losing his job, nor should he, I just think that when you hire a guy like Sean Payton with everything he's done, you pay him the $18 million per year you're paying him, you give him the keys to the castle, the power, then at some point you expect him to really deliver the goods. And that it's every year you see a little bit more. And so that's why you and I part company here, because you look at this as a season in which the Broncos, that it's kind of a gravy season, that there's no pressure, that it's all good. Hakuna Matata, Lanya.
Who?
And I'm telling you that I want to continue to see the arrow going up, and that whatever you achieved last year, I want to see another step taken this year. That's where we.
That doesn't mean it's pressure. That means you have expectations. That doesn't mean there's pressure. Yes, and I expect more. Okay, and we had this conversation yesterday, and I think the right word for me is I have high expectations for Sean. Not necessarily pressure on Sean. I have high expectations for Sean to deliver more this year. And that's fine.
But I also believe that with expectations comes pressure.
Sure. I mean, all coaches have pressure. All players have pressure in the NFL.
That's
You're very, very defensive about that.
I don't like being
RamosLaw.com text there.
Very
sensitive and defensive about that.
I got a thick skin, but a couple things crossing the line. One, comparing me to James.
Yeah.
That's a line I don't like.
Understandable.
And then yesterday, Stink saying that I'm a rusty, which them's are fighting words.
Well, I mean, there's a fine line. You got to be careful, Mike, and you're starting to cross that line a little bit too much. Your true colors.
My true colors,
yeah.
Huh?
I mean,
True.
We saw it last year with the Chiefs.
Oh,
right?
That was a one-day thing after I had been up in the mountains. I blame the mountains.
We saw it there, and so, I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful. But, look, I look at it and, to me, with what they were able to do last year, I do have high expectations, but I don't think there's a lot of pressure on Sean Payton at all.
All right, how about pressure on this defense, Pat Surtain?
I mean, we're determined. We got a lot of selfless leaders out here, and that just goes a long way. There's guys that put the team first before themselves, and that goes through everybody on the team. So I think it resonates pretty well what our common goal is. We know in the playoffs last year we didn't get the result that we wanted. And, that just adds another chip on our shoulder going into towards this year. And, we got the right team to do so.
Man, there is a lot of expectations. Talk about expectations, pressure on this defense. Build on what they did last year. And a lot of people feel this could be the best defense maybe in the entire NFL. And, boy, you look at it on paper, Stoke, as I was doing yesterday, where's the weakness? Is there a weakness?
No.
On this defense?
Nope. Their defensive line is loaded. Everyone is returning, right? Their inside linebacker group should be better than last year. I mean, you got the addition of Dre Greenlaw, and now Alex Singleton's returning. I mean, what is Alex Singleton? I mean, we forget about him. All he does is make tackles. Really good player. And then your secondary is loaded. Plus, you added a first-round pick, and now you got a safety that, is a dynamic playmaking safety that you brought over from the 49ers. I mean, I don't know. There is no weakness.
You got a bunch of pass rushers.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I lumped in there with the defensive line. So, I mean, if they can stay healthy, I mean, there is pressure on this defense to build and take a step from last year to this year, and really, I mean, they carried the team last year, and to do it again. So, but they're loaded,
and it's not like last year's defense didn't have any weaknesses, because by the end of the year we saw some of those holes. Okay, they got lit up by Jameis Winston. They got lit up in the playoff game. They gave up 31 in the playoff game to Buffalo. They gave up a 30+ to Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. So the defense was showing signs of fraying, but they recognized that, didn't they? And you go out and you add Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, you draft Barron.
Those were the holes.
Those are the holes.
There it was, right there.
And so on, in theory, the holes have been plugged. Add on to what you already had last year. Where's the weakness?
I don't see any. I don't. I mean, I've looked. I'm not just going to make something up. So, but I mean, you got to go out there and do it. We'll see what they look like. And, we always say this, they got to stay healthy. And if they stay healthy, they'll be a great defense because they have a lot of talent. And you're right. I mean, Burrow kind of carved them up, and, Josh Allen, that Bills offense, they were able to, run the football a little bit and kind of do whatever they want there. Jameis Winston was throwing, but, we had Levi Wallace chasing around
exactly.
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah. Had to go to Chris Abrams' drain at one point.
Looked like you running out there, and that's not a good thing, Mike. So, but now you add Barron, you add Hufanga there at the safety spot. I mean, you got depth, you got, top line starters. I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive the group, the talent that they put together there. I mean, I can't wait to watch this team play.
I guess if I had to pick their Achilles heel, just that one area, right? Achilles, the heel, that one sensitive spot, right? That one vulnerable spot.
What is that from?
Achilles, Troy.
Is that a movie?
Brad Pitt, beautiful in that movie. Ruggedly handsome now, F1, but beautifully back then. Anyway. I would say it's still the opposite corner. It's still the opposite corner because in who are you looking at opposite PS2? You're looking at Riley Moss, White Shadow. You're looking at Barron, first-round pick. Okay? So one of the two should be able to be the guy. But, Riley Moss definitely showed a lot last year, but he showed that he still has a lot to improve upon, and the other guy's a rookie. So I guess I would have to go with, if I had to pick one spot, it's still that opposite corner.
Okay. I mean that's fair. I mean, if you're looking at something,
it's not glaring.
Right. I mean, we don't have a guy that you look at and say, oh, my gosh, we're in big trouble over there. That's a concern because guess who's going to get thrown at? Those guys are going to get thrown at. You got a rookie, they're going to test him. And you got a white cornerback. They're going to keep testing him, right? So I'm just telling you.
Why you got to do that?
Because that's the truth. You don't want to know the truth? Don't listen. That's the truth. Until you show that, hey, don't throw it over here.
I don't besmirch white slot receivers.
Well, I mean, because there's a lot of us out there now. You don't see many white cornerbacks.
Good point.
Like, for a reason.
Good point.
Okay?
There are dozens of us. Dozens!
No, there's not. There's only a couple now. I mean, it was extinct forever.
It was extinct.
DNA brought it back somehow, some way.
That's right.
But, no, seriously, I mean, so those guys are going to get tested. Here's I got one. Like, what could be the weakness of this defense? And it's not just like one position. It's the run defense. The run defense. That could be a weakness. That's it. I mean, that's it. I think the pass defense is going to be great because you got guys that can put pressure on the quarterback. You got guys that can cover. The safety position, inside linebacker position, your nickel, and your cornerbacks. Run defense. Can you stop the run, right? Because if teams can control the clock and run the football on you, wear you out, now that opens up everything. That slows down your pass rush. That makes you commit more to the box. So I think that's my one concern is their run defense.
All right, coming up, we got what's trending. We have a Deion Sanders health update. It's kind of mixed. And if there's one area that the Rockies have no trouble spending money, it's this area. They proved it yet again. But first, your favorite Denver sports antagonist, Nick Wright, at it again. Guess what? Saying these Broncos are overrated. You'll hear what he had to say and react next.
When evaluating Bo Nix, it's not just what he does with the football, it's what he doesn't do with it. Right, Mark?
He doesn't take sacks. He doesn't take that many risks with the ball. He does have the ability to scramble and get himself out of trouble. He doesn't give you a lot of opportunities to create big plays against that offense.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, what has happened? Stokley from my friends at Embers Living. I got some great news for you. Got a golf tournament going on. The annual Embers Living Golf Tournament. It's Friday, August 22nd and Saturday, August 23rd at Walnut Creek Golf Preserve. Tee time is 9:45. It's a shotgun start. They're giving away so many great things. They're giving away a pizza oven, and you get free dinner on Saturday night. And oh, by the way, you get Oakleys, you get polos, breakfast burritos, golf balls, hats, 2 full days of golf, and a $50 Embers gift card. It's two-man teams. All you got to do is go to embersgolf.com. That's embersgolf.com to get registered. It's going to be a great event, fellas. And you know that summer is here, and it is in full swing. And if you're anything like me, what does that mean? You got to get outside and do a little grilling, but not just any grilling. I'm talking about steakhouse quality series, precision control, and serious versatility. That's what you get with a Napoleon Prestige series at Embers Living. They're bringing the heat with Napoleon Sizzle Zone. That's high heat infrared grilling that gives you restaurant-style results right in your backyard. So if you're serious about outdoor cooking and you want a grill that's built to last, head to embersliving.com and take your grilling to the next level with Napoleon. Embers Living. Upgrade your outdoor experience. And don't forget, golf tournament Friday, August 22nd and Saturday, August 23rd. Go to embersgolf.com.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, Dr. Joseph Ramos is both a doctor and a lawyer, combining legal and medical expertise. He can help. Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. RamosLaw.com.
Declare your independence from interest, payments, and down payments at the Summer of Freedom sales event at Silterhar Motors. Freedom from interest with 0% interest for up to 48 months on select vehicles. Freedom from payments for 90 days. Freedom from down payments on a new lease with 0 money down and starting at just $399 a month. Silterhar Motors, conveniently located at Highway 36 in Wadsworth, or shop their entire inventory at sthmotors.com. Silterhar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 for Kids.
1-877 for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Wendy's Takis Fuego meal has a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich and small Fuego fries inspired by Takis chips. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's while supplies last. Takis and Fuego are used under license.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Self-appointed nicknames.
Obviously, I am the hockey guy at this station.
Grammar lessons.
High five, Flamma Jamma.
And Oscar-worthy impressions.
My version was, get off my plane.
Okay.
Yours was, get off my plane.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, we'll get to what's trending here. Got a lot of stuff, including some real downer news surrounding the outlaw, Josie Jewell. Concerning news with Josie Jewell we'll get to. Also, was Jared Bednar snubbed for a rather prestigious place, honor, job?
Okay.
All right, we'll get to that and what's trending. But first, this guy has been a major thorn in Denver sports fans' sides. That would be Nick Wright. You know, he hails from Kansas City. He's never hesitated to talk up the Chiefs, talk down the Broncos, talk down Nikola Jokic. It seems like anything good happening in Denver, he loves to take his shots at. So we were discussing yesterday how ESPN came out with their roster power rankings that had the Broncos all the way up at number 6 after being at number 31 a year ago. Nick Wright is not buying that ranking, and he's not buying the Broncos this season in general. Here you go.
Broncos at 6 is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Flatly. So I just want to remind America about the Broncos last year. Okay? They had an awesome defense. There's no denying it. They had an awesome defense.
That probably got better in the offseason.
Yeah, I think the defense should be great. They don't have a single guaranteed difference maker at wide receiver, tight end, or running back. I like the kid they drafted in the second round, but again, he's rookie, second round running back. J.K. Dobbins is a huge risk every year and had a nice season when he played last year. But all that said, they were like, you don't want to see the Broncos, and they get curb stomped 31-7 in the playoffs. They were 5.
They liked their chances if they got.
Oh yeah, they liked their chances. They were 5-5 last year, and then beat Kirk Cousins in his final start, where he got sat down. Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, Anthony Richardson, and Carson Wentz. That's how they got in. How did they get their first 5 wins? One nice one against Baker, and then beat Aaron Rodgers, Gardner Minshew again, Spencer Rattler, and Bryce Young. This team that beat one quality quarterback all year, played in the playoffs, and got absolutely annihilated.
I can already hear Broncos country blood boiling, starting to boil. But Stoke, does he make some fair points about who and what the Broncos really were a year ago? And should we have this runaway optimism for this year after what he just laid out about what they beat and who they beat last year?
Look, that was last year. You play who you play. I mean, that's just the way it is. So do you go out there and take care of business or not? And they were able to do that. So, look, and that was last year, Mike. It has nothing to do with this year. Nothing.
Well,
so you're telling me Nick Bonitto's not a good pass rusher because, he got 13.5 sacks and a lot of them against bad quarterbacks? You're telling me Pat Surtain wasn't very good last year because he played against bad quarterbacks? I mean, what are you telling me? I just don't know what he's trying to tell me. I get it. You beat some bad teams. Okay. So what? I mean, there's a lot of bad teams in the NFL.
Yeah, but the Broncos did feast on a lot of bad quarterbacks last year, okay? And you just heard the list that he put out there, and now you're looking at a season in which you're going to be playing Herbert twice, Mahomes twice, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love. I mean, that's a big jump up in quarterback competition, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but
it's
I like what we have.
I get that, and I do, and I get it too. But I think it is
doesn't sound like it.
I think it is a fair rebuttal to a lot of that runaway optimism that surrounds the Broncos. I think it's. I'm not being a downer. I'm just saying I think it's a fair point to bring up.
Man, that was a real downer.
It wasn't in the interest of fairness. Come on now. All right, you can still be a huge Bronco fan and still acknowledge that they didn't exactly go through a murderer's row of quarterbacks last year.
Maybe Mike Evans isn't that nice of a guy.
All right,
Here
look,
you go.
If you want,
Here you go.
Listen,
Now
if you want state-sponsored radio, you know where to go find that. Okay, you're not going to get it here.
Oh, now you're going down that road.
Yep.
I mean, I can't believe
I'm just
you're
saying
buying what he's selling. You're buying it.
I'm saying it's
I'm not.
fair reminder.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay, they played who they played. I don't care who they beat. I mean, they had Mahomes beat in Kansas City. Played great defense against him. Okay, blocked field goal. Lost that game. Okay, I mean, could have gone the other way. So, and guess what, Mike? That was last year. I don't give a darn. I don't care what happened last year anymore. It doesn't matter. We might play some bad quarterbacks this year. I don't know.
And there are some on the schedule.
Right.
Yes.
So are there asterisks? Do you get asterisks by your wins because, oh, no, that was a bad quarterback? No, there's a lot of bad quarterbacks in the NFL.
But still, but come on now. This is, I think you're soft pedaling it a little bit too much here because this is a league in which the focus on the quarterback position is everything, okay? Everything revolves around the quarterback. And so when everything in this sport revolves around the quarterback and you just hear the list of quarterbacks that they beat last year and then see the list of quarterbacks that they're scheduled to play this year, you can't just blow it off as no biggie because there is a significant stark difference between a lot of the quarterbacks they beat last year and the quarterbacks they're going to be playing this year. I mean, that's just fact. And now we'll see how they handle it. But it is fair to raise that point about exactly the list of quarterbacks they went through last year.
I don't think it is fair.
Okay.
And I really, again, I don't care. That was last year. Has nothing to do with this year. I think they're going to be better this year. Okay? So it doesn't matter to me. So, Mike, are you going to, when they beat the Titans first week of the season, you're going to say, well, nope, doesn't count because there's a rookie quarterback, his first start doesn't mean anything. Then we play the Colts second week. I mean, what if it's Anthony Richardson again and we win again? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, nope, doesn't count. You're 2-0, but nope. We're going to just say you're 0-2 because it's bad quarterback. I mean, you're going to win ugly games. You're going to play some bad games. It's not going to look pretty. I get what happened last year. That was last year. It doesn't matter. I thought this team would be, what? I don't know what it was, 7-8 win team last year. They ended up winning 10 games. So you got to give them credit for doing it and for figuring it out. Were they a great team last year? No, they weren't. I get it. Did they beat some bad quarterbacks? Yes. All good. This is what happens. So, but I'm not going to sit here and all of a sudden take away what they accomplished last year because you know what? Hey, I get it. They played against some bad quarterbacks. So what? But they still went out there and got it done. And they exceeded expectations last year. So, I mean, that's where I'm at with that. And if you want to, I mean, that's the facts. Yeah, what he said is true. Okay, they played some bad quarterbacks, but I really don't care. And that's last year. This year is so different. You got to get rid of last year. Turn the page. That doesn't mean because they struggled in the playoffs last year that, you know what, they're going to struggle against good quarterbacks. They struggled against Burrow last year. I get it. They struggled against some good quarterbacks. Jameis Winston, he had a good game. So what? There were some flaws. There were some flaws last year, Mike.
Exactly.
But you riding those coattails on Nick Wright. I'm not. No, I don't get down with that.
Riding the coattails.
Yeah.
I just think he raised some fair points.
I mean, are you from Kansas City? Did y'all go to high school together or something?
No.
Mike, did you go up to the mountains yesterday?
I did not go to the mountains.
Mountain Air? Quick trip?
Hey, look, I'm bullish on the Broncos this year as well. But
You don't believe.
But they do have a lot to prove defensively, in my mind, because of the quarterbacks went up against last year and the quarterbacks they're scheduled to go up against this year. It's a big jump up in class. That's all. So we'll see how they do. But to say that nothing's changed, because of the doesn't matter which quarterbacks you go up against. You can only play who's in front of you. Yeah, I get that. But these are the guys that are in front of you this year. So let's see how they show against these guys. I'm fascinated to find out.
I mean, where do you put Herbert? I mean, you act like you don't put a lot of love
I'm not,
on.
I do not bow at the altar of Justin Herbert, but he did go 2-0 against the Broncos last year.
Okay, I'm looking at the quarterbacks, and to start the season, Titans, Colts, Chargers. All right, I like Herbert more than you. Then you got Burrow, you got Jalen Hurts, and then you got Jets, Giants, Cowboys. Who's the Jets quarterback? Who's the Giants quarterback? Who's the Cowboys? I mean, so
God, I hope Russell Wilson's the quarterback.
Right. So those three. I mean, you have 5 out of your first 8 games where there's not a great quarterback on there. Out of those 5 teams. So, I mean, we can play this exercise and it's all good. So at the end of the year, we're going to look back and say, oh, I don't believe in this defense because they beat a bunch of bad quarterbacks.
Well, let's say if
they're not that good,
if the Broncos are going to get to where we hope they get to, where I expect them to get to, assuming these quarterbacks that they're playing are healthy, they're going to have to beat some pretty good quarterbacks along the way.
And they will.
Okay. I hope so. I hope so.
Do y'all have like some kind of text chain, you and Nick Wright?
Oh, jeez.
And I don't know.
I can't believe you're
Chiefsaholic guy that was robbing the banks. I mean,
Marilat's in there.
Marilat's in there. That was good.
Let's get to what's trending.
From sports and news to entertainment and downright debauchery, Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth presents What's Trending Right Now.
Well, we got a Deion Sanders update, sort of, yesterday, as Prime's oldest son, Deion Jr., posted a social media video in which the idea was to share some insight into what's been going on at the Sanders home down in Texas. And right at the start, Prime said this, quote, I'm still going through something. I ain't all the way recovered. So this has been, kind of, simmering story throughout the offseason. He has missed some big events during the offseason. He was at Big 12 Media Day a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, not here to talk about my health. I'm fine. We're going to be good. But, Stoke, I think it is a reminder, at least for me, the only thing that I think that's going to stop short Deion's time coaching here in Colorado is his health. I think that's the only red flag out there to watch for right now, and it's a significant red flag to watch for.
Yeah, I mean, when he got here, he had the toes and the issues, and then it seemed like that all got better, and he was good last year. But, yeah, obviously something's going on there, and you hope for the best health-wise. But I'm with you. I think he wants to be here. He's been coach here for a long time, depending on his health. And hopefully, it's nothing that is anything major.
Do you believe?
So being involved, being able to represent your country in the Olympics is a big deal as a player. It's also a big deal as a coach. Team Canada named their coaching staff for the Olympics next February. John Cooper from Tampa is the head coach. No issues with that.
What sport are we talking about?
We're talking about hockey.
Okay.
I
mean, you didn't say.
Well,
you got to say.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know who John Cooper is.
All right. Tampa Bay Lightning.
I mean.
All right. So John Cooper.
Oh, that guy.
The head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning, who play in the NHL. There will be hockey, skating on ice at the Olympics next February.
Yeah, I don't like that
and
guy.
Canada,
I don't like him.
A lot of Avalanche fans don't, and here's another reason not to like him anymore, because he put together his assistants. They are Bruce Cassidy of Vegas, Pete DeBoer, recently fired in Dallas, and Rick Tocchet. Among the three of them, the only one to win a Stanley Cup is Bruce Cassidy. No Jared Bednar. You telling me that you can't find room on your bench for a guy like Jared Bednar? This is a snub. And I think it calls into question, does John Cooper have sore feelings about what happened in the Stanley Cup Finals a couple years ago?
Wow.
Putting his ego ahead of what's best for O Canada?
Very interesting. I don't know. Maybe he asked Bednar and Bednar declined.
I can't imagine.
I don't know, Mike. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe we got beef. Mike, we got beef? Huh? I got beef. It's probably been a while since we've seen two hockey coaches get in a fight.
I got beef.
Yeah.
I got beef.
Diabetes.
So I'm not look, Mike, guess what? It's Canada. Okay? I was just there.
Yeah.
Great place. Pretty place. Great place.
Bam.
But bam.
Bam.
But I really don't care. I really don't care. I don't care at all. So, if our guy Bednar wanted to do it and he didn't get invited to do it, okay, I'll be pissed off with him too. It's another reason to hate Jim Cooper, but,
I'm not going to let it go because just the same reason that I continue to bang the drum for Nikola Jokic to win the MVP and people like you told me I got to let it go. No, this is their time. This is their time to create a legacy that's going to last for a long, long time, and these are the kind of honors that go along with creating that legacy. And if I feel they're getting snubbed, overlooked, robbed.
But are the other guys good coaches? Are they good coaches,
I'm not saying
too?
they're not good coaches, but, for the Olympics, you should have the best, right?
Well, you're looking for different styles, and you're looking for guys that, to stick up for the Coopster.
Jared Bednar has
you have to get
coached
what if you don't
every
get
kind of player in every kind of situation.
What
You
if
could not have a more experienced coach on your bench.
I understand
for
that,
the Olympics.
Mike. Guess what? What if you don't vibe with him? What if y'all don't have the same style? What if you don't really like him all that much? You're not going to put him on your staff. Okay, that stuff happens.
Did you hear Bednar at the parade?
I love you guys.
How can you not get along with that guy?
I don't know. You tell me. But guess what? Again, it's Canada hockey team. If it's America, USA, all right, it's Canada. I don't care. I hope they lose.
All right, moving right
Bring
along.
back the World Cup. Bring it back. What was it called?
Four Nations.
Bring back. I want the Four Nations.
You were looking
redo.
forward to the Four Nations
right
at this time last year.
I want a redo of that.
You knew. You saw something coming there.
The Kachuk brothers.
Hey,
Bring it.
one thing you can never accuse the Rockies of when it comes to spending money is spending money on their top draft picks. So a year ago, Charlie Condon tied for the largest signing bonus ever at $9.25 million. And now their top pick this year, son of Matt, Ethan Holiday, just got a $9 million signing bonus, which is the largest ever for a prep player coming out of high school. So give the Rockies credit for that.
The Rockies spend money. Sometimes they don't spend it in the right spot.
That's the key, yeah.
They spend money, and, obviously.
Or they spend it all on one player.
Yeah. Obviously, in this situation, when you're drafting high, you got to pay these guys. End of story. So, do you want him to go? I guess he could have still gone and played college. He's got leverage.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He's got leverage. But yeah, if you have no farm system, no minor league system, it's terrible, right? You don't have a lot of young talent. When you draft someone as high as this, you got to pay him and to keep him.
Yeah.
Right? You can't afford to draft somebody that high and then watch him go to college.
Right.
You just can't do that. So good job by the Rockies. Give them credit. Okay? Give them credit here. And hopefully, you said our guy Condon, Holiday, hopefully in 3-4 years we look up and, got a couple young stars.
Yeah, let's hope so. And I was gone last week when the draft occurred. I assume a lot of positive reaction to him taking Holiday. Yeah, this is...
How could it not be?
Exactly.
How cool is that?
What a great story. You're putting a lot of pressure on the kid right away because we're all hoping he's going to be like his dad. And that's a lot of pressure, for a guy who's never played in the bigs yet. We saw what his brother did last year, struggling, when he came up with Baltimore. So it's not easy, but, for a franchise that's just down on its luck right now, any boost of good news, you'll take it. And I think being able to land Holiday when some people thought he might go number 1 overall and he drops to you. I think that's a huge positive step, and let's hope.
Rockies won last night.
It signals the turnaround, yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Saw who they beat?
They beat your guy Nolan Arenado.
You saw that, huh?
I did see that.
Yeah, I mean, what would we do without, I don't know how the Rockies are surviving without that 244 batting average of his. Great move by Dick, though, getting out in front of that deal. Getting out in front of it, great move by him. It looked like at the time it was a terrible deal. Everyone made fun of him, but how is it aging? How is it aging? There you go.
Good for you, bud.
This is not a great story at all because even though he's no longer a Bronco, we always liked him when he was here. The Outlaw, Josie Jewell, was just cut by the Carolina Panthers, and it looks like health issues are the reason why, as he apparently is dealing with concussion issues. And he's only 30 years old, but the reason he was cut, according to a team spokesman, the 30-year-old Jewell wanted to prioritize his health and recovery, and to be considerate of his teammates, the move allows the Panthers to move forward. If all goes well with his recovery, he could return to the team at some point in the future. So, hey, thoughts go out to Josie Jewell.
That's
we
awful.
loved him when he was here.
Yeah.
Let's wish him a hopeful, full, and speedy recovery.
Great young man.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. You hate to hear that. Hopefully everything is okay, and but it doesn't sound like a return is going to happen. I mean, you walk away with that issue. Not good dealing with that. So hopefully everything works out for him.
So the new Pope was greeted. He was out meeting some of his flock that had flocked to the Vatican.
What?
And he came out. Pope Francis came out, or Pope Leo, excuse me, and Robert Francis Provost. Provost?
Who?
Prevost? Anyway,
what are you doing?
The new Pope. Let's just the new Pope. Anyway, so he's American. He's got Chicago ties. He's a White Sox fan. So this was a cool little moment yesterday. A group of people from Chicago went out. They were at the Vatican to meet the Pope, and they were right there in the front of the line as he was coming around and shaking hands and everything like that. And one of the people there, handed him a shirt, Chicago Bears T-shirt, and on the front it said, "Da Pope."
The Pope.
Da Pope.
Love it. That's good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And he held it up with a big smile.
What's his name?
Pope.
What's his name?
Pope Leo. Just go with Pope Leo.
The flock.
All right.
The flock of people.
The
One
flock.
of them had the Bears.
The
Pope.
The Pope.
Awesome. Love it.
That looks so much better on paper. All right. I don't know. I thought the Pope, kind of cool. So here's an interesting story for you. Cal Raleigh, the catcher for the Mariners, who also won the home run derby contest the other day. He has a nickname, the Dumper, because he's got a big butt. Gotta love guys like that. So he did something that's never been done in the history of baseball. So, number of players who homered in a 1-0 win, Major League history over 900. Number of catchers who caught a 2 or fewer hit shutout, over 4,000. Catchers who caught a dozen or more strikeouts in a game, over 14,000. Done all three in the same game? Never until last night. In a 1-0 Seattle win, Cal Raleigh hit the home run, caught the game, and did something that's never been done in Major League history. Which, again, it's just awesome. It's why I know baseball gets its detractors and everything like that, but there's still something about baseball that the other sports just can't match. The idea that when you go to just some random baseball game, you're just going to see something that has never happened before or has only happened a couple times in over 100 years. It's just, there's still...
That's nerd stuff.
Yes, maybe it is. Maybe it's the baseball nerd in me, but there's still... There's an element of baseball that you just see some things that you just don't necessarily see in the other sports.
Yeah.
You know?
What's happened to baseball? What has happened to it?
What's wrong with baseball?
It's a dying sport.
No, it's not a dying sport.
No, it is. I mean, playoff baseball is awesome.
It's not a dying
It ain't
sport.
what it used to be. Why?
It's not
Why?
a dying sport.
Tell me, but it's not what it used to be, Mike, when we grew up.
Well, okay.
Why?
Boxing isn't what it used to be. There are plenty of sports that aren't what they used to be, but baseball's hanging in there. Don't worry about it. Baseball's doing just fine.
But I'm asking why. Why has it declined the way that it's declined? Do you think it's declined? Or I mean, it's not. It doesn't have the popularity that it did 20 years ago.
I think the problem is that, at least until you get to the playoffs, I just don't think that if you're a Rockies fan, you have that much interest in tuning into a Dodgers-Cubs game. If you're a Yankee fan, you don't have much interest in watching, the Cardinals and the Brewers, that kind of thing. Whereas in the NFL, you can pretty much be given any game on a Thursday night, a Monday night, a Sunday night, and you're going to sit down and watch it.
All right.
That's my theory. You got one? They've done a lot to change the way the game's played, and I think the rules changes have been great, well received.
No, I think so also. I don't know. I don't know. It's just much different than what it used to be for whatever reason.
All right. We shall chop that up a little bit. Mark is here and got a fun question for both of you. If you could go back and talk to your younger selves, what advice would you give? That's next.
They're back. It's the first giveaway of our free limited edition Training Camp 2025 Extra Soft T-shirts.
Now that's a great-looking shirt.
Wednesday, July 23rd from noon to 1 p.m. at First Bank on DTC Parkway in Greenwood Village. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location near you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt. First Bank, banking for good.
Don't you see, man? The T-shirt is everything.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, the 4th may have passed, but my friends at Siltahar Motors like to celebrate all July long. Take advantage of these great deals during their Summer of Freedom sales event. Freedom from interest with 0% interest for up to 48 months on select vehicles. Freedom from payments for 90 days. Freedom from down payments on a new lease with 0 money down and starting at just $3.99 a month. Siltahar makes it easy to do all your car shopping at sthmotors.com. There you can check out their entire inventory of Ford, Lincoln, Volvo, and Mazda. Also get an estimate on your monthly payment with their estimate calculator. Get your trade value, apply for credit, even get your new car delivered right to your front door. Siltahar Motors, rock solid, locally and family owned for over 60 years now. You have any questions or concerns, reach out to GM Greg Larson, good dude, straight shooter, sthmotors.com, and conveniently located at Highway 36 in Wadsworth. The Summer of Freedom sales event, free from interest, free from upfront payments. Siltahar Motors, get everything you want out of a dealership.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. During these intense summer days, your air conditioner is working overtime to cool your home or your business. But did you know that dust and debris in your ventilation system can decrease airflow and make your AC work even harder? Clean ductwork helps air conditioners run more efficiently, saving you money and keeping your indoor air fresh. Dirty ducts can cost you more in energy bills and repairs. Give Ductworks a call at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for a free commercial or residential estimate. Keep cool, save money, and breathe easy with your 5-star air duct cleaning expert, That's Ductworks.
303-425-0985.
Business banking that feels like smoothly scratching your signature out on your first commercial loan as you realize with that final exhilarating swoosh that this is only the beginning. That's feel-good banking, where smart solutions and people-first customer service make running your business a little smoother. Experience it today when you call, visit a branch, or go to efirstbank.com. First Bank. Business banking for good. Member FDIC. Subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath. You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked!
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25. New customers only. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth.
Happy Wednesday, everybody, with the music of Ozzy Osbourne in the background as we pay tribute to one of the true music entertainment icons, Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away at the age of 77 yesterday. And the tributes that came out from around the music world, entertainment world, were something to see. And you have a number of acts that are out touring this summer and took time to honor Ozzy Osbourne yesterday, from Lady Gaga to Dave Matthews and in between. So we're playing some Ozzy music this morning. We welcome in Mark Schlereth, who here is in studio. No doubt you, an Ozzy Osbourne fan, and like Brandon Stokley, a fan of the Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
as
the Black
as
Sabbath?
he calls them, the Black Sabbath.
I mean, like, why are we? Like, seriously, I make one little. I mean, you can put "the" in front of anything. I mean,
not really.
No.
Not really. No.
I mean,
no.
Couldn't let it slide.
No. Mike, he's a stickler that way.
I know.
Right.
But I like Black Sabbath and I like the Black Sabbath.
Yeah. Right.
They're both great.
They're both of them.
They're both great.
Both of those.
Yes.
The Black Sabbath, the tribute band
Yes.
of Black Sabbath.
Of Black Sabbath,
Right.
yes.
You know what was incredible? He did a concert just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a big tribute concert
Did you
to
hear
him.
what he said? They said that he raised that concert series, or that concert raised $190 million.
Damn.
$190 million on his way out for he had Parkinson's and some different children's hospitals and things of that nature. But absolutely incredible. What a unbelievable career.
Yeah,
Good
and a huge influence on a lot of your favorite music stars today, and that was definitely evident yesterday. I guess I'm getting after Stoke a little bit. I'm a little bit. You guys have put me a little bit on the defensive.
Right. Well, you got the Black Sabbath, the Led Zeppelin, all that.
No, you're putting me on. You lumped me in yesterday with Rusties.
He's
You lumped me in with Rusties.
You're still sore about that?
A little bit.
You did like there was a certain Marilat attitude you had yesterday. That Stoke and I and the listeners, frankly, picked right up on. We picked all of us picked right up on it, and we were like, "When did Marilat get to you? What happened? What happened? Like what happened? Why you were on your boys' weekend in Vermont or in New Hampshire or wherever it is?
New Hampshire and Maine.
Yeah, where'd you guys go?
Well, here's the big difference, and shame on you for lumping me in with Marilat. Shame on you for lumping me in with Nick Wright. Who we'll get to in just a second. But here's the big difference between me and Marilat, okay? I definitely expect more from Sean Payton and the Broncos this year. But while I may expect more and therefore put more pressure on Sean to deliver even more in year 3, it's not like if he fails to do it, there are going to be consequences. Like in James' mind, James would love to fire Sean Payton. James will never let go of the grudge he has against Sean for what he did to his boy Russ. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's the difference. I'm not, there is no part of me that would feel like Sean Payton needs to be fired after this season. I can't imagine what would have to happen this year for me to feel like Sean Payton has to go. But, so that's the difference. So don't let me in with James.
Okay.
Very insulting. I'm very upset with both of you.
Soft.
And I'm also upset with both of you. Not upset. I'm going to be like the parent here, okay?
Disappointed?
Disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah?
And I'm not upset with both of you, but I'm a little disappointed in both of you. That for two guys who combined, 15 years for Stoke and 10 years for you?
Yeah, 9.
In the NFL?
Yeah, 9.
Something like
8,
that?
Something like that.
Anyway, I mean, we got almost like 25 years of experience between you two. You guys played on a bunch of winning teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really kind of surprised at how much you're downplaying your personal expectations for this season. Like Stoke, go ahead. I mean, you basically said that you're okay. You would sign up for exactly what they did this year.
Oh, gosh, yes. What, I mean, are you talking about 10 wins and getting to the playoffs? I mean,
and losing in the first round.
Well,
yes.
I don't want them to lose in the first
round. I'm not saying what you want. I'm saying what you would be okay to sign up for. And you just said you'd sign up for a repeat of last year. 10 wins, go to the playoffs, lose in the first round. You'd be okay with that.
Sure. I mean, I think there's you can take a lot of positives from it, but overall, I'd want to see how does it look. You know, did Bo play well? You know, I mean, what does it look like? So that has a lot to do with it. But we got to remember, it's and Evans, of course you don't know this, but Mark and I do. It's tough. It's tough to win in the NFL, and you got a quarterback going into just his second year. Okay, and just because it looked good last year doesn't mean it's going to be great this year. It's going to be better this year. It's a hard thing to do. So another double-digit win season and the playoffs, I think you can still build off of that moving forward.
I said it coming into the season, man. If you win 10 games, press to 11, like right in that area, that's huge. Especially now you've jumped up in competition to a degree because you guys aren't you playing the NFC East, right? So it's a big leap in competition from where you were in the NFC South last year, my division. So I mean, it's a big jump in competition, and ultimately, that third place schedule makes a bit of a difference, and the whole realm of what the Broncos are, they're no longer that team that, oh my goodness, they've got a rookie quarterback. Nobody's going to breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, we're playing a rookie quarterback in the Broncos that don't have a lot of weapons. And hey, they had the 31st ranked roster last year. And like, man, you're the 6th ranked roster according to analytics experts, which we like to call idiots. You've got a rookie quarterback who was outstanding last year and could have easily been the rookie of the year. Like you look at all those things. You ain't sneaking up on anybody, so you get another 10-win season. Even if you lose in the playoffs, man, I still would look at that as this is a team that's on the uptick. This is a team that's on the rise, and I'd be pretty excited about that season.
Yeah, Stoke, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to push back on the whole idea that, winning 10 games is hard. You know who it's not hard for? It's not hard for Kansas City. It's not hard for Baltimore. It's not hard for Buffalo. These teams that the Broncos are trying to get into the same class with, they routinely turn out 10-plus win seasons. So I'm going to, I know you're playing the whole, well, I played the game and you didn't, and that's fine thing. But I think in this case, you're wrong. It's if you want to get to where you want to get to, winning 10 games shouldn't be that hard.
Well,
and it isn't for the teams that you're trying to get past.
Well, yeah. I mean, those teams have been doing it. Look, what have the Broncos done the past 10 years? They've had one 10-win season.
Right.
You've had a new coach after new coach. You've had a new quarterback after new quarterback. Those teams haven't. Mm-hmm. What have they had? They've had a coach and a quarterback. So moving forward, hopefully that's the norm. Hopefully that's the standard here. But,
So it shouldn't be hard.
We haven't seen that.
Shouldn't be hard.
It is still hard to do because you have to find the coach and the quarterback. And that's a hard thing to do. But once you find them, okay, now you got a chance.
And, I just, to your point, so let me just do this.
Uh-oh, he's on his phone.
They beat Baltimore 27-20, one-score game. They beat Cincinnati 26-25, two-point game. They beat Atlanta 22-17, a one-score game.
Who are we talking about here?
The Kansas City Chiefs that can just win 10 easy, right? The Kansas City, they won 27-20 to the Raiders, to Tampa 30-24 in overtime, to Denver 16-14, should have lost that game.
But they won the game.
So, but you think are those easy? Dude, those are just, you just roll out of bed. You're winning one-score game. Is that easy? No, it's not easy.
The teams that do it year after year after year, yeah, they unlocked the formula. They found a way to figure it out.
So it was easy for them. They didn't have to prep. They just roll out there and win a bunch of one-score games. They have coaching. They have continuity. Same head coach, same defensive coordinator, same players, right? They groom players for a year or two, and then those guys get to play. They've had that there for a long time. Before Patrick Mahomes got there, they were winning 12 games a year with Alex Smith. So they've had this continuity. It's not easy. It's because of what they have built. So you're like, well, it should be easy. If everybody else can do it, it's easy. Well, Sean McDermott's been there for 7-8 years. They've built that continuity. John Harbaugh's been there. He's the longest tenured coach in football. They've built that continuity. They've had the same, it hasn't been easy. You want that same continuity, but we're going into the second year of a quarterback.
Well, but when you've won 10 games with a rookie quarterback and a coach who's only here in his second year, and you win the 10 games, then knowing that the best teams in your conference, in your division, that once they got into that 10-win neighborhood, they stayed there. They moved in and they haven't moved out.
Have the Broncos moved out?
I think they've moved. They've moved in.
Okay,
I think they've moved in. Now can they stay?
Are we going to let them play? Are we just going to cancel the season? Because it's not easy. It just is. It's not easy for any of those teams. I mean,
here's what I would disagree with. Can I disagree with that? Because it's not easy to win close games. But once you learn how to win close games, that gives you such an advantage over the rest of the teams you play, because you know something that very few teams in this league know how to do.
That's obvious.
And so once you figured it out, yeah, I'd say it does make it easier to win close games and win 10 or more games.
Winning in this league is hard. When the Indianapolis Colts were winning 12 games a year, every single year, Stoke, did you guys just let off the gas pedal? Did you coast to wins? Or did you guys grind like every game was the most important game you played? Of course. I mean, I've been around Payton enough, not like you've been around Payton.
No playoffs, no gift.
I've been around him enough to know that dude absolutely drives that team. Like, that guy is unrelenting. And all the guys on that roster better, follow suit. Otherwise, you don't get to play. It just is never easy. And I remember, being starting off a season at 11-0 with Washington and 13-0 here in Denver, and getting tested by Cincinnati in Cincinnati, like where we got to come back and win that game. Kansas City here, got to come back and win that game. I mean, I remember there were a lot of blowouts. Yeah, there were a ton of blowouts. But the bottom line is we had continuity. We were really good. And you know what? We got somebody down. We stepped on their throat. We knew how to do that. But winning in this league is difficult. To get 53 guys pulling together, to get coaching staff pulling together, to get guys to let go of selfishness and everything else, it's really hard.
Yeah, I mean, you named a few teams, right? And they got the quarterback, they got the coach. And so hopefully we'll be in that conversation in a couple of years. I think a lot of us realize and think that, hey, the Broncos probably overachieved last year a little bit, right? I mean, maybe this year was supposed to be their 10-win season. But it's not easy to be consistent, to be a consistent winner. One team I look at is, how about the 49ers? They've had a great roster, right? Great roster. But it seems like every couple years or every few years, they have a down year. Because it's hard to sustain. You got to have a lot of luck also. You got to stay healthy, right? And obviously last year for the 49ers, they weren't lucky. I mean, all their guys were hurt, it seemed like. So I think, that also comes into play. And so, yeah, you need that combo, coach, quarterback, but also you need a little luck on your side. And it's a hard thing to do year in and year out.
In regards to what Stoke just said, the 49ers, what happened to the 49ers? Deebo Samuel's pissy. Deebo Samuel's fighting. He's not happy with the fact that he's not a primary target. He's got to be a gadget guy. Pisses him off because he knows, hey man, I've got one more contract, and if I'm just relegated to a gadget guy, I'm not going to get paid. Right? So he's pissed off, and he has that attitude throughout. It permeates the locker room. And then you get the guy on the outside, Ayuk. He's unhappy with his contract. He's moping around about his contract. He shows up to camp, as a hold-in, and he's stomping. And then he settles for what he could have had before the season because he realizes his market is not what he anticipated it being. And so, it's hard not to have guys that aren't worried about their own well-being, right? And so just winning is difficult, man.
I don't know about that. When Peyton Manning was here, 4 years, they won 13, 13, 12,
You're
and 12.
talking about Peyton Manning? Come on,
Well,
you're talking about one of the best ever do it.
I know, but I'm just asking Broncos country out there. Did you feel during those 4 years that what you were watching the Broncos accomplish, that it was hard? I thought at times it looked ridiculously easy, how easy they made it look.
That's what great professionals make it look easy.
And here's the other thing, too. When you guys were going 11-1, you famously like to remind us that you went 11-1 against the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that you've always said, I'm going to use your own words against you.
Good.
One thing you've always said is that during that stretch in which you went 11-1 against the Raiders, there were so many times where you guys collectively or individually, there would be at that point during the game where you said, don't worry, at some point they're going to be the Raiders and they're going to screw up. They're going to make a mistake.
Right.
All we have to do is wait for it and we'll capitalize on it. Once you learn how to win, then I don't think for those teams that win 10 plus games every year, I don't think winning is that hard. I just don't. And that's where the Broncos, that's what they're trying to get into that group.
Every year. In those 11-1, in those 12 games that we played, every year, Mike Shanahan said the same thing. On paper, that team over there is more talented than us. But we're mentally tougher. Does it require toughness? Is it hard to maintain mental toughness when somebody else is more physically gifted than you? You're damn right it does. That's not easy. That's hard. You've got to weather the storm. And ultimately, every game we played against them, it was tight. It was hard fought for however many quarters they decided to play until they rolled over like the Raiders always do. But that didn't make it easy.
No, but deep down you knew
they'd roll over. Yeah, because we knew we were tougher than them.
And that is a valuable.
But that didn't mean I walked in there going, man, this is going to be easy. It was never easy.
But at the end, you knew why you would win.
That's
and
ignorant.
Why they would lose. Let's pivot. There was a question asked of Mike McGlinchey yesterday that I thought was an interesting question, and I couldn't wait to ask you guys both this same question. He was asked yesterday, as a 34-year-old, what he would tell his 24-year-old self about life in the NFL.
Just kind of, I think, stay the course. I think I made the mistake early on in my career of, expecting a lot out of myself or weighing the opinions of others on top of my identity as a human being and as a football player. And so you got to stick to what you know. You got to be confident in who you are and understand that the only opinions that matter are the ones of your coaches and the ones of yourself. And if you let other people's opinions start shaping your own about yourself, then that's when you get pretty screwed up. And it's good to be on the other side of it 8 years later, but it's all it is about staying the course and trying to get better every day.
Stoke, what would 34-year-old Brandon Stokley in the NFL, what kind of advice would he give 24-year-old Brandon Stokley when it comes to training camp, getting ready for a long, grueling season, just handling and hopefully enjoying life in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean that's what it would be. Just enjoy the ride a little bit more. The journey, because you get caught up in it, and it's a stressful job, and there's a lot of anxiety there, and there's and so I would say just enjoy it a little bit more. And maybe like, if you look at your diet, maybe eat a little bit better, nutrition-wise. But, I thought I did okay with that, but maybe be a little bit better with that. So, but I think ultimately it'd be just, hey, enjoy, the years, because, they go quick.
I think, I always wanted to retire with no regrets, and I was able to do that. And so I can honestly tell you I couldn't have worked any harder. I never was late to a meeting, never missed a meeting, never missed a workout. There's nothing I could have done. I studied my ass off to be prepared. I didn't make mental mistakes. I'm with Stoke, though. I did not enjoy it like I should have enjoyed it. But I think part of that, when you enjoy it, sometimes you lose a little bit of the focus on the things that are the most important. I wish I would have known in my time. Late in my career, I started taking care of my body through massage and some other things that weren't readily available to us as a young player. Nobody did it. And, I got to Stokes' point of the diet. When I played for Washington, my first 4 years, you know what we got served for lunch every day?
Pizza!
McDonald's. You had a choice between quarter pounder with cheese and Filet-O-Fish. And so if you did a couple of weeks in a row of quarter pounders, you're like, you know what, I'm going to get healthy this week. I'm going to eat Filet-O-Fish. That's what we got served. So, those things.
Fish, by the way, sneaky underrated.
Really?
Very sneaky underrated.
Really?
Yeah, just my 2 cents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, I think Swedish fish are better for you than Filet-O-Fish. But anyhow, we
Simmer over there, shaking his head.
We didn't have that information. It just wasn't. It wasn't part of the routine. But trying to enjoy it a little bit more and absorb it a little bit more. I think the other thing that was really interesting for me, Stoke, is you're so kind of myopic in your focus of what you have to do to be good that you don't really, or at least I didn't really recognize until I was done, the sacrifice everybody else makes. Your family, your wife, your kids, your mom and dad who worry about you. And the other thing I never really appreciated until I was done is how much the fans invest. Because you just don't think about it.
Right.
You don't think about what they put into it because you're so focused on what you have to put into it. So, those were the things that I think McGlinchey had, great insight into kind of answering that question.
I totally get what you're saying, because it's easy to say, I wish I didn't stress as much. But it's probably the stress that you felt and placed on yourself that,
help make you a professional, right?
Iron sharpens iron type thing, right? That it was a necessary evil for you to go through that, even though you look back on it and say, man, I wish I wasn't as stressed as much. I wish I enjoyed the journey a little bit. But maybe the only reason you got as far as you did on the journey was because you stressed.
Yeah.
And that seems kind of backwards, but I think it explains a lot. One thing I joke about, we joke back and forth and we debate about how hard it is to win in this league. But to put together the length of years that you guys both did is remarkable, okay? Remarkable. And
especially like Stokes, a 7th rounder. I was a 10th rounder. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't want to correct him?
That was pathetic.
Nope. What a 7th rounder, 8th rounder, I don't know.
He's learning.
Our
little shaver is learning right before our eyes.
He's been very sharp, very sharp.
Very sharp.
I'm impressed, Stoke. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's even starting to get that look on his face like, really? That's the best you got?
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah.
That's all you got?
That was, I thought I could use rudimentary. Just the entry level. Oh, really?
No,
not anymore.
He's graduated.
He has.
He's
taken an upper level. He's in 201 now. Yep. He's no longer a 101.
Yeah. No. This isn't football physics anymore.
This isn't intro to O'Reilly. This is
Intro to Oh Really.
This is the advanced 401. Oh really 401.
I love it.
All right.
I
Good
love
to
it.
know. Good to know.
Join us for the Fan Golf Tournament benefiting the Arthritis Foundation, Colorado, on Monday, August 25th at 1:30 p.m. at the club at Inverness. Great track. Don't miss this 4-person scramble, followed by dinner, awards, and a live auction with all proceeds benefiting the Arthritis Foundation, Colorado. You can book your foursome now. This is a really good event. Got to play in it a couple years ago. They put on a great show for you. Book your foursome now at DenverSports.com/club. Well, coming up next, Denver's favorite or not so favorite antagonist, one of your buddies over there at FS1, Nick Wright, at it again, pouring cold water on high Bronco expectations. You'll hear it next.
How will first-round rookie Sade Barron fit into the Broncos secondary?
It's not a situation where he has to come in and be the dude. You just got to be a piece of it. The dude is Surtain. And then you have another guy that was a really good player opposite him last year, so just come fit in. There's not the pressure to come and save this defense.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton, and summer is in full swing right now. You mentioned my name at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. To schedule your appointment, you're going to save 25% for the rest of the month of July, guys. Your home should feel like a fortress, not a worry. Old windows aren't just drafty. They're a weak spot. Style fades, great designs last. Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows combine timeless elegance with cutting-edge strength. They boost your curb appeal and your home's resale value. Cheap windows, well, they're going to cost you more in the long run. They fade, they warp, they fail. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is family-owned business that has been trusted by Colorado homeowners since 1973. That's over 50 years for a good reason. They back the quality of their work, of their windows, guys, and I'm telling you what, they never subcontract it out. They always are there from start to finish, guys. So do yourself a favor. Call Gravina's Window Center of Littleton today for a free estimate. That's 303-794-0490, 303-794-0490, or visit them online at windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
Injured in an accident? Call Postman Law. Our attorneys have recovered over $3 billion for clients, fighting and winning nationwide. Others promise, Postman delivers. Call 844-POSTMAN now for your free consultation. That's 844-POSTMAN.
Guys, are you looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get Advanced Hair's breakthrough one-day treatment during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. For details and a free consultation, call 720-459-HAIR or at advancedhair.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
If you're dealing with constant tiredness, you're fighting a losing battle, your job, your relationships, your daily life, it's all affected. But you don't have to live like that. Get your life back with TRT at Low T Center. Regaining your energy is regaining your life. Know your testosterone level in minutes, then choose between at-home treatments or in-center care. It's never been easier to get started on TRT right now. The T-test is free, but time is running out. Don't wait. Go to FixMyLowT.com. That's FixMyLowT.com and make an appointment today.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Double crossing, you little punk. Can't believe you did that. Unbreakable trust.
See, I'm not like you. You just let me drown. You just let me drown. You do nothing.
And of course, emotional maturity.
Or maybe a little bit angry.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Let's go, don't wait. This night's almost over. Honest.
Well, I guess this is good news. Looks like my son's going to enjoy college just fine. So my son Brady is up at CSU.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today for freshman orientation. And it was his first day on campus.
Uh-huh.
And immediately, dude gets it. Last night he was at the Rams Stadium and got into a bull riding and John Party concert.
Nice.
Great young man.
That's my boy. It's my
boy, Blue.
It's my boy. I think he's going to handle college just fine.
I'm sure he'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that part of it.
Yeah.
Today it's sign up for classes.
Right.
Day.
It takes a little bit of time to get yourself, indoctrinated in what it takes to be a good student.
Mm-hmm.
That just takes a little time. You can't get all worried about maybe a slightly less than above average GPA or whatever. He'll get to it.
He'll
get to it.
I guess anybody can reach out to, I think Joel Dreesen could give my son some good advice on how to handle being a fun-loving college student and yet really
drunk and stupid is no way to go through life.
know how to really
No doubt.
hit the books. Was Dreesen that kind of, you think Dreesen was a good student?
Don't think of it as work. The whole point is just to enjoy yourself.
No.
No.
Not a good student.
Probably not a good role model here in this case.
Not
how to
student-wise,
handle-
but I think everything else. I
Yeah.
think Joel could take him under his wing there and kind of show him the ropes around Fort Collins.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not worried about that part. I think he's going to handle that part real well.
You got that?
It's
You got that
the
figured
school
out?
part I kind of worry about already. I'm not going to lie.
He'll figure it out. It just takes a little time. It just takes a little time.
All right. Well,
Like you struggled at first, right?
no, I did really well at first. Then I was out to lunch. Then I just checked out for a year.
But that's when you had to come back and plow streets and stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. See, you were paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do a snowblower, not a snowblower, snowplow for a
big
hopeful
snow
winter.
plow.
That was a lot of bit of fun. That was fun. Nick Wright. Nick Wright's at it again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He enjoys. Got Kansas City roots.
Yes.
He enjoys talking up the Chiefs. He enjoys taking shots at the Broncos.
Mhm.
He enjoys taking shots at Nikola Jokic. He just enjoys taking shots at Denver. And he took another shot yesterday when asked about the roster rankings that we talked about yesterday. It had the Broncos at number 6, up from 31 a year ago. He said he's not buying it. He gave his reasons why. And as you listen to him, I hate to admit it, I think he makes some decent points. Here you go.
Broncos at 6 is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Flatly. So I just want to remind America about the Broncos last year. Okay? They had an awesome defense. There's no denying it. They had an awesome defense.
That probably got better in the offseason.
Yeah, I think the defense should be great. They don't have a single guaranteed difference maker at wide receiver, tight end, or running back. I like the kid they drafted in the second round, but again, he's rookie, second round running back. J.K. Dobbins is a huge risk every year and had a nice season when he played last year. But all that said, they were like, you don't want to see the Broncos, and they get curb stomped 31-7 in the playoffs. They were 5.
They liked their chances if they got.
Oh yeah, they liked their chances. They were 5-5 last year, and then beat Kirk Cousins in his final start, where he got sat down. Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, Anthony Richardson, and Carson Wentz. That's how they got in. How did they get their first 5 wins? One nice one against Baker, and then beat Aaron Rodgers, Gardner Minshew again, Spencer Rattler, and Bryce Young. This team that beat one quality quarterback all year, played in the playoffs and got absolutely annihilated.
Okay. Specifically the quarterback part of it, Stoke. I get, okay, let me throw the obligatory, hey, you can only play what's in front of you. You can only play the schedule they give you. In this case, you can only play the quarterbacks you had to face. But when we talk about this year and them making that jump into a serious AFC contender, do you have to, I guess, apply the brakes a little bit based on the quarterbacks that they played last year?
No, I'm not. They were a good defense, to really good defense last year. And I think they're going to be better this year. So I think they had some flaws, obviously, that they fixed. And again, I mean, what are we doing here? So, this year we're going to play some bad quarterbacks this year too. You realize that, don't you? We're playing the number 1 overall pick his first game, Cam Ward. Week 2, I mean, who's the Colts quarterback? Who's the Giants quarterback? Who's the Jets quarterbacks? The Cowboys? I mean, is Dak a special quarterback? I don't think anybody thinks that right now. We play the Raiders twice. Is Geno a great quarterback? I mean, what? So, like, Jags, Trevor, I mean, these are who we playing. And so it's like there's I don't know. I don't think there's not a lot of great quarterbacks in the league. And I get it, last year maybe we beat up on some bad quarterbacks. That's just the way it is. Guess what? Last year has nothing to do with this year. That was last year. So we'll see what this defense looks like this year. I think they're going to be really good. And last year to me doesn't matter.
Pod, can I introduce you to Kettle? Can I? Nick Wright?
Oh,
Nick
okay,
Wright?
Nick Wright.
Can I introduce you to Kettle? Who do we beat? We beat Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. Oh, who did Kansas City beat? Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, 1-score game. Oh, well, wait a minute. Did we beat New Orleans? Who did Kansas City beat? New Orleans, 26-13. Oh, they played Gardner Minshew twice? So did the Kansas City Chiefs played him twice.
But Kansas City doesn't have anything to prove.
Cleveland?
The Broncos do.
What do we have to What do you mean?
You have to prove that you are
We got to prove that we won.
You got to prove that you belong among the elite teams in the AFC. The Chiefs don't have to prove that. So who cares who? What I'm saying is that once you've proven,
for us to beat those quarterbacks proves that we're not good. But Kansas City barely beat all those quarterbacks. They were a 2-point game to the Raiders, but they're great.
Yeah, they got Super Bowls backing them up. Once the Broncos get to the point
what happened when they played a good team last year in the Super Bowl?
What
happened when they played a complete, really good team? They got their ass kicked
in the Super Bowl. I'll tell you what, I'll gladly sign up to get my ass kicked in the Super Bowl this year.
Not me. I only go to win them. Stoke. I don't go to lose them. It's not what I do. Bottom line.
But if you have to understand that there is going to be a jump up in class this year with the quarterbacks they play, especially if you're talking about trying to win 10 games again or get to 11. You're looking at Herbert twice, Mahomes twice, Geno Smith twice, and that's certainly an upgrade over whoever they had out there masquerading as a Raider quarterback last year.
Right.
You got Hurts, you got C.J. Stroud, you got Jaden Daniels, you got Jordan Love.
And they did it all coming off of what? A 5-win season the year before, and a team that had been, for a decade, had been irrelevant with a rookie quarterback and a lot of issues that they had to solve along the way. I mean, I don't, that whole, well, they didn't beat anybody. Well, I don't buy into that. What you overcame has a lot more to do with the trajectory of the football team to me than, well, you didn't beat a murderer's row of quarterbacks. And by the way, when the game comes down to rolling out 2 quarterbacks and having a throwing contest, then we can talk about how important the quarterbacks are. Because you got to have a good quarterback, there's no question. But give me a really good quarterback with a really crappy team around him, and I'll show you a guy who's not going to win a lot of games.
Did the 2023 defense impact the 2024 defense? I mean, like, how bad was that game against Miami? They turned it around and fixed it, and they were better. And then last year, so it doesn't matter. Year to year, it doesn't matter. It changes. So I'm not worried about what happened last year. I've turned the page on it. They had a good year. They did really well. They're going to be better this year.
But there is, but you can't just completely.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can't.
It's a totally different defense.
No, you can't because
guys improve, guys get better.
Let me ask you this. Is Joe Burrow one of the best quarterbacks in football?
Hold that thought.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he? Has he missed the playoffs 2 years in a row? Oh, I guess the rest of the team matters. Weird.
Coming from the guy who does not believe that quarterbacks are real football players.
They're not.
Oh,
They wear
jeez.
pink jerseys.
Oh.
Everybody knows that.
All right, we'll continue this conversation because, Stoke, I got an answer, a rebuttal to what you just said. Next.
Join us for the Fan Golf Tournament benefiting the Arthritis Foundation Colorado, Monday, August 25th at 1:30 p.m. at the club at Inverness. Don't miss this 4-person scramble, followed by dinner, awards, and a live auction with all proceeds benefiting the Arthritis Foundation Colorado. Book your foursome now at DenverSports.com/club. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, you live with back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery. How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. And here's the best part. You can do exactly what I did. Start your journey toward pain-free today. That's right. Same-day appointments. They're a phone call away. 303-367-2225. 303-367-BACK. Spine One is a complete medical center for spine care. They've got the exams, MRIs, physical therapy, treatment options, all in one facility. And one of the things I love, man, they sat down with me. They showed me the MRI pictures. They showed me exactly what was going on, why I was in so much pain, and then said, here, we can give you an option for nagging or debilitating pain. I had the debilitating type, and I'm telling you what, it changed my life. A couple of short visits into my guys at Spine One, I was doing things that I had quit doing. Like I had checked out of life. I was now going back to the gym. I was now playing golf again. Most importantly, guys, and you know how important this is, I was sleeping through the night again. I'm telling you what, guys, they did it for me. I believe they can do it for you as well. Pick up the phone and call them 303-367-2225. Start your journey today, 303-367-BACK, or find them online at spine1.com.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer? It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Payout via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated, because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Pro Savings Days doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save an additional $120 on a GE 21.9 cubic foot top freezer refrigerator. Plus, members save $70 on a Bosch hammer drill, now only $99. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/23 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for a new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman. Only in theaters July 11th. DQ. Happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
Change is always happening. Hey, it's part of life, and when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. But no matter how things change in 5 years, there's one thing that'll stay the same: the price of your internet. Xfinity is introducing the 5-year price guarantee. It means you'll get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with their best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Learn more at Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Food critiques.
I love chicken. I hate chicken salad.
What?
If you put chicken salad in front of me, I'd gag.
Hard-hitting analysis.
I took an Ambien on accident before practice, and that's what he looked like out there.
And some constructive criticism.
Reminded me of the show that Mike had yesterday. Just a little off, not completely there. You were like, Mike, are you going to take control of this show? Like, how many times did you have to say that yesterday?
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, when last we left you, Stoke, you were making a point in rebuttal to Nick Wright, Denver antagonist, saying, hey, look at who the quarterbacks were the Broncos beat last year. I'm not buying the hype surrounding the Broncos. And you said, hey, every year is a new year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that what happened last year and who they had to play has no bearing on who they're going to be going up against and how they're going to do this year. I'm sorry, I got to call BS on that. And this notion that we're starting from scratch, what is the number one reason so many people are so excited about what this defense is going to be able to do this year? I'm asking the question. I'll answer it for you. I'll answer for you. It's based on how good they looked last year, what they did last year, and the idea that not only are they going to build on what they did last year, but the people they added to the defense last year, build on last year. So to say that last year doesn't matter, heck, 99% of the optimism surrounding this year's defense is built exactly on what happened last year. So I'm sorry, when you look at what happened last year and you look at the quarterbacks that they played, I don't think you can just dismiss that when you're talking about this defense coming back this year and facing a higher weight class when it comes to quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, you're always
it's not a different year.
Mike, you're always building off of your culture and what you were able to accomplish last year. But just because you had success and you were good, it doesn't translate to the next year. That's not the way that it works. You got to go out there and do it again with a different group. But yes, the culture and things like that, certainly you're going to carry those things over. The winning culture and what you're able to do and accomplish, yes, that stuff will stay. But your results and how you got it done and how you won, it's all changing. You're playing different teams. You're playing different quarterbacks, right? And now you have different players. So, yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, but, I think, and you don't need to apologize. You don't say, I'm sorry. It's okay. We can handle it. But it's like.
Well, I'm just sorry I had to beat you down. I'm sorry.
Well, you didn't. You didn't know, but what your results and how you played last year isn't going to impact how you play this year.
Yeah,
my point.
You're going to have to play great. And I've had seasons where I've played really well, and the next year I didn't play as well. Injuries, a couple other things happened to you. But when you start, I don't look at last year and go, oh, based on last year, this year they're going to be great. I base it on the players. Pat Surtain can play. Riley Moss can play. Zach Allen can play. Nick Benito, Cooper, they can play. Ellis can play. I watched Dre Greenlaw. That dude is a full-grown man. He can play. Hufanga can play. Now, hey, man, injuries, you can throw it all out the window. You get a bunch of injuries, and the rest is history. But
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
But I look at the players that we have, and then I trust Vance Joseph to put us in the right schemes and attack offenses the right way. But, again, I go back to the comparison because this whole conversation started with Nick Wright going, look at the quarterbacks they played. Kansas City, yeah, they won those games because they do have continuity, because they do have a great coach, because they do have a great quarterback. I get all that, but they were all close games, and I could turn the argument and say, well, I think Kansas City's going to get, I think they're going to meet their comeuppance and lose the division this year because they weren't any great shakes on offense. Now everybody assumes, well, they're going to be great this year because Travis Kelce recommitted and Worthy's going to be awesome, and they'll get, Rice back healthy, and they'll get, Hollywood Brown. Well, the Hollywood Brown's never healthy. Rice, he's got to deal with the NFL. Will he get suspended for a few games? I don't know. But all those, did they fix their offensive line? Because it was a shambles when they played a really good team. And I'm not talking about Baltimore, and I'm not talking about the playoffs in Buffalo. The Buffalo kicked our ass. I get it, right? But listen, man.
I'm actually going to go with the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers. Great call, Ty. Great call.
Ty, don't ever lose that, okay? Don't ever lose that. That is your ultimate ace up your sleeve here. On the RamosLaw.com text line, Aaron in Fort Collins. So wait, Mike, because the Chiefs have won Super Bowls, they get an automatic bid to the playoffs. Chiefs barely beat the same teams Denver beat to get into the playoffs. If the argument is who they played to get in cheapens getting into the playoffs, then that standard has to apply to every team. According to you, Mike, the Chiefs get a pass because they have been good in the past. There is a difference, okay, because did the Chiefs struggle to get past some of these same teams that the Broncos played close games against? Yes, but you can't make an apples-to-apples argument because the Chiefs have proven that they can beat Josh Allen in Buffalo. They can beat Lamar Jackson and Baltimore. They can beat the best teams in the AFC. The Broncos, and they can beat the best quarterbacks in the AFC. The Broncos haven't done that yet. So to say, well, the Chiefs did it, and you're okay with the Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs did prove that they can win Super Bowls. And trust me, hopefully we get to a point here in the next few years where the Broncos are contending for and winning a Super Bowl, and then they beat some bad teams barely, and we can just sit back and go, yeah, nothing to see here because we know what they're capable of doing. They haven't got to that point yet like the Chiefs have, which is why I think it is fair to bring up the quarterbacks that they played last year and just pump the brakes a little bit on.
I'm not pumping any brakes.
What this defense can do until we see them do it against the top quarterbacks.
Why?
I think that's just fair.
But like to Mark's point,
it's a prove it to me league,
Mike. But we just went through it, and you said you don't see any weakness with this defense.
On paper, no.
Right, I don't either. So, I'm not going to feel great about it until they show me that they're not up to it. And then they're not going to play great. Man, I feel great about them. And I'm not going to pump the brakes. I love this defense. Well, I think they're going to be great.
Yeah. What is the Zoom meeting that you attend that Nick Wright and James Marilat host?
He's on a text chain with them.
Oh,
I just found that out earlier.
Yeah, it's the Broncos Doubters Unite. What is
Broncos haters?
Broncos haters.
In Russ we trust.
I wasn't actually back.
That could be it.
I wasn't actually back east last year. I was kidnapped by Nick Wright and James Marilat, and I'm suffering from Stockholm syndrome.
Right. Yeah. That's I'm
starting to empathize with the plight of my kidnappers.
Mm-hmm. It could have been. That could be it. That could be it.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Are they the ones that took you to the mountains?
They took me to the mountains.
They kidnapped you to the mountains.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Breathe this mountain air. Breathe it. Breathe it. And now listen to my words. The Broncos should admire the Chiefs. Bronco fans should admire the Chiefs. That wasn't even a full day. I got over that one. That was a mistake. I got over that. I admitted the error in my ways.
You've gotten sucked into a lot of vortexes that I just don't. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let me put a nice bow on this. Okay, I am a huge believer in Sean Payton. I can't stress enough how good the hands are that I think the Broncos are in right now, and Bronco
I'm not
fans.
a believer.
I love what I'm seeing in Bo because of Sean Payton's endorsement of Bo. So I love the direction they're going in, but I think that when you take some of the optimism that came out of last year, especially for what this defense did last year and is going to do this year, I just think you have to factor in it's a quarterback-driven league. We can't talk at length and go on and on and on about how important the quarterback is and how important it is to find the quarterback and place all this premium attention on the quarterback position. And then when you look at the quarterbacks that the Broncos beat last year and then say, well, it's no big deal. That's totally contradictory.
It's apparent to me that you believe Sean has made one colossal mistake.
What's that?
He should have kept Russ.
Oh, no, don't do
That's
that.
apparent to me.
Don't do that.
It's apparent to me.
I will come over there and I will kick your ass. No, I won't, but I'll be thinking about it. All right.
And Mike, and the reason why the defense will be a little bit different this year, and I know they got the quarterbacks, better quarterbacks. They're getting the 4 or 5 extra reps this year.
Oh, my goodness.
That's why don't worry about it.
All right.
The extra reps. The extra reps will take care of everything. Okay? So, there you go.
All right. I'll be honest. Hadn't thought about the streak once today, so good job, Stoke, as we extend the Zach By Sensitivity Smear campaign now into day number, 234. So very good. Coming up next, we'll reset the top stories of the day, including a not-so-great Deion Sanders health update. That's next.
It's Training Camp 2025, built to win. Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth will kick things off at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit, walking you up to practice starting at 6 a.m. Then Dover and Cecil will react live to all the action until 2 p.m. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season.
Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, talking about my buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now's the time to sell it, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my boy Troy's still offering you $5,000 guarantee. If you can't sell your house on the timeline that you agree upon, plus the price you agree upon, get this. He's going to cut you a check for $5,000. Come on, who else makes that offer? The answer is absolutely no one. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings. As we speak, he's got about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. So if you have a house to sell, Troy probably has the perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him at 720-900-4433. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433. 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Declare your independence from interest, payments, and down payments at the Summer of Freedom sales event at Silterhar Motors. Freedom from interest with 0% interest for up to 48 months on select vehicles. Freedom from payments for 90 days. Freedom from down payments on a new lease with 0 money down and starting at just $399 a month. Silterhar Motors, conveniently located at Highway 36 in Wadsworth, or shop their entire inventory at sthmotors.com. Silterhar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
You probably saved my life.
Every single day, Soda Weight Loss is helping people let go of the weight and keep it off.
I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight, and I went in, and the doctor said, you need to change your diet.
Get help and get started with Soda Weight Loss.
Got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
I went from a 16, 18 down to a size 4 now. So that is amazing. It makes you feel so good.
Splash into summer savings right now with Soda's lowest prices of the year.
No injections, no pills, no hunger.
I would recommend Soda because it's sustainable. This is lifetime change.
I let go of 50 pounds.